This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way. Wonderful, wonderful.
From the Aunt and Uncle Studios of Arizona, UFC Vegas 30 Aftermath, resulting in Lewis versus Gane, UFC 265, no Ngannou. Let's talk about it with the MMA-Holes. Yeah, baby.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. A night where we were supposed to recap UFC Vegas 30, Bare Knuckle FC 18. A story drops on us that we must talk about. This story will probably take the entire hour of conversation. So strap in. I have a lot of thoughts on Gane Lewis, or more like Lewis versus Gane, UFC 265. Francis Ngannou has been pushed aside for the moment.
He's in Gane.
Ngannou. Interim strap is what they're fighting for, and I know the reason for it. It's pretty obvious with why they're doing this.
John Jones?
I'll get in depth with this in a second, but yeah. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. You have UFC 264 with McGregor versus DIAZ. I mean, McGregor versus Poirier 3 going down. And then August 7th, Houston, they put this together. Now, JBM,
yes.
When you heard the news about this, what were your initial thoughts?
I actually didn't hear about it until just recently, so I haven't really had much time to process it. But I am pretty shocked because I genuinely thought the UFC was going to throw this together. Like, I thought they were going to waste no time. And then it got pushed back, twice before it finally got canceled. So, yeah, I haven't had time to fully process it yet, but I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping, like, the second time around, we were going to see something exciting. Because the first time it was a mess. You know?
What did you think about Gane versus Volkov? What did you think of that fight?
I hardly remember.
Exactly. And that happened Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, Gane won by a decision. He pretty much dominated Volkov. So a very impressive performance. 2 fights in a row where he put the whole entire UFC fan base to sleep. Some people were cheering and going crazy for the guy because technically he's so good. All right. What the UFC is doing here, let me just explain this to you guys. Let me break this down to you guys.
Break it down for us, Moss.
With the UFC, first of all, Francis Ngannou is probably going to be ready in September. Okay? But that means nothing to the UFC because Houston is where they're going to have UFC 265. I'm assuming the date, the place, the location, yes, is reserved. Okay? So they want the Black Beast to be there.
Yeah.
They need the Black Beast to be there. Francis is not ready. Okay. Well, we got to put someone else there. So what do we do?
Makes sense.
What do? We take Ciryl Gane. 9 fucking MMA fights, Jesse. 9.
Yeah.
9 MMA fights, okay?
Yeah.
And has looked fairly decent, you know? All things considered, he's collecting the wins, right? The dubs. Dos Santos, the illegal strike. Rosenstrike, Alexander Volkov. So what's happening here? If the UFC really believed in Ciryl Gane, okay? If he was a super hype train, they wouldn't be bringing him up so fast. But what's happened is there are 2 fights in a row.
If they believed in him?
If they believed him, they would not be bringing him up so fast. In fact,
that doesn't make sense.
What they would do is they would put the right pieces in front of him and letting him win those fights, and then slowly gain into stardom. Kind of like.
Well, they pushed Izzy fast.
Yeah, but 3 fights title.
How many did he have before his
I
title
mean, think
fight?
about this. Hold on, let me complete the thought, and then you could play devil's advocate. 'Cause
Okay.
I know you're.
No, I don't
You're
know.
ready.
I'm
You're
not,
foaming at the mouth.
I'm not looking to play devil's
Let
advocate.
me finish the thought. Okay, what they're doing here is they've realized that Ciryl Gane kind of shit the bed against Rosenstrike. A lot of people really weren't thrilled about that fight, but he did what he had to do to win, right?
Yeah.
Same thing happens with Volkov. They need someone for Derrick Lewis. So what do they say? Let's just throw this guy at him because Derrick Lewis is going to beat his face into the ground.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen here. If the UFC...
So you think they're just pushing Derrick?
If they really gave a shit about Ciryl Gane, if they really cared, they wouldn't be saying, hey, you want to fight for an interim belt? We got a guy for you. Ciryl Gane's going to walk into a building in Houston, okay? Now, remember this. Where did they fight in the last fight against Volkov? Where was that, Jesse? That
Vegas.
was Vegas, the Apex Center. Was
Yes.
there a crowd?
No, right?
No, there was no crowd. Against Rosenstrike. Now, I'm pretty sure that fight was at the Apex as well,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. Was there a crowd?
No.
So let's take Ciryl Gane. Let's put him in Houston, where he's going to get booed out of the fucking building. Zhang Weili, Figueiredo, you put him in hostile situations, they fall. The boos get to him. The crowd gets to him. You put a guy with 9 fucking pro fights in the home court of Derrick Lewis, who just so happens to have the most heavyweight knockouts ever. All the cards
Well-
are in favor of Derrick Lewis. Everything is in favor of Derrick
Yes.
Lewis here.
But do you think that maybe the UFC is putting him in front of an audience to see if it pushes him more?
No, the UFC is taking Ciryl Gane. This is what they're doing. They're taking Ciryl Gane, a guy that bored the fuck out of us for 2 fights in a row, right? Hey, there's a young stud coming up here. So many wins. Look at this guy, unblemished. They're just polishing him up and throwing him in front of Derrick Lewis.
Yeah.
So Derrick Lewis could beat his face into the fucking mat.
So why do you think they're not giving him Ngannou?
Because Ngannou is not ready. They would have put that fight together.
Well,
That's why.
that part I think you're wrong, because Ngannou was just saying how disappointed he was in it not being put together.
Okay, Jess.
So if he wasn't ready, why would he say he's disappointed?
All right. So you have been very busy with the baby, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't know all the facts here. Ngannou turned it down. He turned down the fight in August.
With
the fight,
Lewis.
yes, the fight in August, okay, is in Houston.
Okay.
So they have currently, ready for this? Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena.
Ugh.
Okay.
Well, in fairness, they're just giving Nunes fights to keep her busy because, she's not going to give very good fights.
Okay. Think about this. Okay. That was the top fight. Now they said to be determined. They want to put someone ahead of this. So they decide to say, hey, listen, Derrick Lewis in Houston, crowd's gonna go bonkers, gonna sell a ton of tickets, we'll sell the place out. Okay?
Yeah.
Who can he fight? Well, Ciryl Gane's bored us 2 times in a row. Let's throw him in hostile territory and let Derrick Lewis beat the shit out of him. Now we have Derrick Lewis as an interim champ. You throw him against Ngannou to unify the belt. Champion versus champion. And now you got a mega fight. Now they were willing to have Ngannou fight Lewis.
What if they're doing Lewis Gane and they want to throw John Jones in Ngannou's direction?
Okay. The UFC at this point, I am sure, in fact, I am very positive that the UFC has thrown out the olive branch to John Jones. They probably said, hey, Bonesy boy, would you like to fight in Houston in August? Guaranteed.
Yeah.
And what did John Jones probably say? Well, I'm not ready, or you got to pay me. So the UFC is like, okay, no problem. You keep training, buddy. You keep on putting on the pounds. We'll take Ciryl Gane.
But I'm pretty sure with John Jones' new manager that they're coming to terms for payments and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to be as difficult for them to put together Jones and Ngannou. If
I'm
money
sorry.
was the problem.
What?
Remember you just mentioned where'd you go?
No, I'm just trying to figure out your angle here. Go ahead.
You just mentioned John Jones' paycheck. About how that's probably why he's not going to be fighting Ngannou anytime soon, right?
No.
Or did I mishear you?
You are not. It's all right. I just have to forgive you. I love
Just
you to
repeat
death.
what you said. Stop making a
No,
big deal out of
I am
it.
talking about August, okay?
Yeah.
I am fairly certain that the UFC reached out to John Jones and said, hey, listen, you can fight for an interim strap, the heavyweight interim strap. Fight Derrick
And
Lewis in
you
August.
said because of how much he wants to get paid.
I guarantee John Jones either said he wasn't ready or he wanted to get paid X amount of dollars.
Right. That's what I was just talking about.
You said Ngannou.
No, John Jones. John Jones.
Versus Ngannou, you said.
Yes, but the reason that you're saying John Jones might not be able to fight is because of the amount of money he's asking for.
I'm saying that I guarantee John Jones turned it down.
Right.
In a nutshell.
So what I'm saying is with John Jones' new manager or whoever it is representing him, I think they're coming to terms with the UFC more quickly. So he might be able to come to some sort of agreement with the UFC financially and take the fight.
Jesse,
with
no.
Ngannou.
Wait. No. This is, okay. This is for the interim strap.
I'm not talking about the Lewis versus Gane fight.
Yeah, no. No one's fighting Ngannou right now.
I think that if they can come to terms for Jones with money, that Jones might take an Ngannou fight
Jesse.
before. It's more money.
Okay. You're throwing this whole thing for a loop here.
Well, yes.
There's no what the fuck is the point of an interim strap with Lewis versus Gane?
Fight the winner of Jones versus Ngannou.
What? Okay. Does anyone agree with... Now, listen, this already is crazy as it is. Okay? This whole Derrick Lewis versus Gane thing is crazy as it is. Now you're taking John Jones and you're going to have him fight Francis Ngannou, and then the winner of that fights the interim fight. It doesn't make any... That literally makes no sense.
When has the UFC ever made choices that make sense?
This would be the first time they ever did that. Are you just trolling, or are you...
Why would I troll you?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't...
Why do you get so dramatic when I
don't
point
know
out
you-
something that could be, like,
Okay.
slightly out there?
Okay. So the one thing I will say here is this is an angle that is so, like, out there. And listen, is it impossible at this time? I guess nothing is impossible, but it just doesn't make this make sense. I just told you why they're doing Lewis versus Gane. I just basically I mapped it out for you, right? Now you're throwing this monkey wrench. Yes, John Jones has been pushed to the side here, okay? John Jones is shelved. This is what's happening. The UFC is asking people, do you want to fight? No? Okay. Do you want to fight? No? Okay. We're going to bring in Ciryl Gane. That's the quick way. That's the cliff notes to everything that's going on here. To say that John Jones is just going to skip past everyone and then fight Francis Ngannou, the only way that can happen is if, say, for instance, Derrick Lewis beats Gane, okay? Derrick Lewis gets injured and then can't fight. Then they might say, okay, well, we're going to take that interim strap away from you. I think they did it to Tony, right? And then we'll let John Jones fight. That's the only possible way that John Jones would skip the line. You can't skip the interim belt. It doesn't make any sense unless there's injury involved. Correct?
I don't know.
Okay. So let's get out of this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I just don't understand how that angle. Let's concentrate on Derrick Lewis versus Gane here, okay? And the point I was trying to make here is in Houston, they didn't want Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena to be the main event, correct? We could both at least agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Derrick Lewis is sitting there. They approach Francis Ngannou. He is not ready. But here's the thing that's fucked up, okay? Francis Ngannou will probably be ready the following month, correct? Like that's what he was saying. Francis, he's saying, I could probably... But the UFC doesn't want to wait because it's in Houston. They want to take Derrick Lewis. They want him to fight. So they probably went to John Jones too. John Jones probably said no. I haven't seen anything on Twitter. I'll check it right now. But I'm fairly positive that John Jones turned it down. So the next person that they could put out there is Gane. And they're feeding Gane to Derrick Lewis. They're feeding him. Now, who do you think is going to win this fight between Lewis and Gane?
Lewis.
You think Lewis is going to win? All right, so you didn't even think about it. So you're taking into consideration what I said, where crowd, right? Lewis just so happens to have the most fucking knockouts in heavyweight history, right? Way more experience than Gane. And, yeah, I mean, on top of that, Gane's green, right? Let's be honest here. I mean, yes, he beat Volkov. He beat Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike's pretty nasty. And JDS is a former champion. But, so Santos is, I mean, listen, he's well past his prime. So that win and the controversy of the strike that stopped the fight is something that hangs over everyone's heads there. If you take away that strike, there's a good chance that fight goes to decision too. Now, the key to Gane winning this fight would be for him to run like a bitch, right? That's the key. Or Gane takes Lewis down. I think people are forgetting that Gane is pretty nasty on the ground. He actually has a ground game, Gane. I think that Gane is going to try to find a way with his strikes to manipulate it down to the ground. That's the only thing I can think of here, right? Or he runs for his life and just tries to pick him apart and outpoint him. I guess that's the deal. But I can't seem to figure out why people are super surprised that this is happening. After everything that I explained there, why is it a surprise?
Who's surprised?
A lot of people online. A lot of people online are up in arms. You know, Francis Ngannou is upset about this, and technically Francis should be upset because Francis, it's been what? How many months? Not very many months since Francis last fought Stipe Miocic. I'm sure Stipe's not ready to fight Francis. You know, Houston's coming up. They don't have a headlining fight, so they're like, okay, let's put this thing together. That's why they're doing this. So Francis, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer because they do not want to have Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena headlining in Houston. That's the deal. Let's see what the chat says about this.
Cheeto says, and in Ngannou's amateur fight, he lost to Lewis' smaller twin brother. And says that's the only way he could win, take him down and lie on him for 5 rounds. Pal Better says Francis is not Dana's friend. Jonathan says Tad Wonky. Now or Never says Dana moves on with divisions. They stripped Conor right after he won the lightweight title.
Drunk Savage says something interesting in there, and we're gonna talk about that as well. Go ahead. What did Drunk say?
It's funny that fans are actually complaining that the UFC is booking. I missed the rest.
It's right here.
That the UFC is booking the rematch to the worst fight ever.
Yes. Okay. So you have a situation where Francis Ngannou, Derrick Lewis won, was pretty bad. Now I would have to think the sequel will be a lot better. I think Derrick Lewis, Francis Ngannou's mindset, the way he came across from that Stipe fight, I think Francis could be a lot more aggressive, and it's gonna be crazy. Derrick Lewis too looks light years better than when they fought the first time. But what's odd about this is you got a guy, Ciryl Gane, who looks like, I mean, he just fought to win on points, really, against Volkov and Rosenstrike. You had a guy that wasn't the most exciting of fights, you know, in his last 2 fights here. And then you're putting him against Derrick Lewis. Now, there's a good chance that a guy like Ciryl Gane is going to be very, reserved in this fight, knowing the power of Derrick Lewis. This fight could possibly be worse than Ngannou Lewis won. It could be. So we have a chance here of seeing a terrible fight. I mean, look at the track record. The last 2, Gane fights, it's not like he was taking a gazillion chances here. This could be terrible, this fight. So that's what the UFC is risking as well. That's a problem. Now, my prediction, though, I do think that Derrick Lewis will be the guy to knock out Gane. I do feel that happens. And it's not like Lewis is going to beat him in points because Gane is just too good. He's too good of a striker for that. He's a big, strong, fast guy. So Lewis's key to victory, very simple. You knock him out. Gane's key to victory, you run like a lunatic or you find a way to get it to the ground. Show your ground game. He's got it. Those are the keys right there. But I'm fearful. I'm very, very fearful in how this thing's going to play out because I don't think this is a lock to be a great fight. I really don't. How could it be when we just witnessed those the last 2 Gane fights? Let's be honest. They were kind of meh. What do you think? Is this going to be a barn burner or is this going to be a snoozer?
I don't think it's going to be the most exciting fight in the world, but yeah, I think it'll be more exciting, I guess, than Ngannou Lewis would have been. Okay,
so you think the sequel is going to be, even if Ngannou Lewis, if they ran it back, you think that it's going to suck again?
Well, no, I don't think it's going to suck again. It's hard to predict after seeing the first fight.
There is a very good possibility here that Gane versus Lewis, headlining Houston, which is fun to think about because honestly, the UFC is putting this together for Gane to lose. They're setting Gane up to lose. The crowd going crazy. Just picture it. the weigh-ins. Here comes Gane to the scale. The walkout. Here comes Gane. Oh, look, it's Derrick Lewis. The two examples I gave before, Zhang Weili, Deiveson Figueiredo. Look how it panned out for them, those guys. Gane's been fighting in the Apex Center. The UFC knows what's going to happen here. They know this is set up for Derrick Lewis to beat the living shit out of Gane, take the belt in his home state, and ride off into the sunset into a match against Ngannou to unify the belts. They have it all planned out, and everyone on the internet's complaining. And Francis Ngannou doesn't understand, but that's the situation. That's what's happening here. Is it fair for Francis? Absolutely not. No. But that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Ngannou was holding up the division. The fight got pushed back twice. Yes, Gane bored us for 2 fights in a row. And he is going to do it again. But don't worry, because Ngannou will go full Ford Escort Gane.
Thank you. The glove touch.
Wonderful,
Chubbs.
wonderful.
Francis' management sucks. Last month he's crying about YouTuber pay, now his management is bitching at Dana White on Instagram. Francis looking weak. This is people trying to look bigger than Dana White, that's all this is.
They are doing Francis dirty in the fact that they are trying to push Derrick Lewis to fight in August in Houston. Okay? They want the champion, Francis Ngannou, to fight Derrick Lewis in Houston. They are legit trying to do like they're doing to Gane. Excuse me. They're doing the Weili Zhang Figueiredo thing to Francis Ngannou. They're trying to push it in Lewis's. I think they want Lewis to be champ. Everything points to them wanting Derrick Lewis to be a champion. That's what I think it is. What do you think? I mean, if Francis, he says he's not ready for August, but maybe he just doesn't want to fight in Houston. You know, he's the champion.
Well, I don't think that has anything to do with the location or the crowd, because Ngannou's never really let anything kind of get to him. I honestly, I don't know. I don't know why he would turn it down. I think it's a little silly, unless he's concerned about it turning out the same way the first fight did. Here's
the problem. Oh, that's one thing. Did you think it was going to get to Zhang Weili's head? That girl was unpenetrable.
Yes, I do.
You did?
Because things get... It's
before
maybe
the fight.
Sexist, but I do think things get to women's heads more than they get to men's.
All right, Deiveson Figueiredo. Guy that was stone-faced.
I don't think he got to his head. Figueiredo didn't even know what was going on half the time. He doesn't even speak English. Like... You can't. I don't know. I feel like it's too easy to say that everyone booing a fighter is all it takes.
No, it's not all it takes, but it's a big part. Conor McGregor, his success was psychological warfare, getting to people's heads. People forget. Yes, these are athletes. They're professionals, but they're humans. They're humans, and they are stacking the cards in favor of a Derrick Lewis here. In a lot of situations.
What got to Figueiredo's head was Moreno not buying into the drama that he was trying to put out. I think what got to Weili's head was the booing and the fact that people didn't want her there. But I think with Francis Ngannou, it's different. I don't think he's the type of fighter to really pay attention to what people think about him, you know?
I understand that. But at the same time, it doesn't help, correct?
Well, I'm sure it doesn't feel good to get booed walking out to the stage, but I don't think it's going to impact his mentality.
But if you're the champ, you should fight, in either what's it called? What the hell's the word I'm looking for? Neutral place, or a place that favors you. You shouldn't be going to hostile territory to defend your belt.
Some fighters thrive off of that.
But what I'm saying is, if you have a good management team, do you sign the contract to fight in August in Houston?
Why not? Make the
money. To fight in hostile territory.
It's not hostile territory. What are the fans going to do aside from boo you? Nothing.
It's a big... all right, let me ask the chat here. I mean, I totally disagree with this. I feel we've seen two instances. We saw Zhang Weili and we saw Figueiredo. A crowd completely...
Moreno acted the way he did, in my opinion, because Moreno was not buying into the drama he was trying to
that played a part
portray.
as well. But
I don't think it had anything
you don't
to do
think
with
the fact that when Figueiredo hit the stage at the weigh-ins, you don't think that crowd got to him?
No, I don't.
You're crazy. The dude started shoving. He started shoving. The dude was getting all emotional.
The dude was shoving Moreno because he was trying to create drama, and he was pissed off because Moreno just kept smiling the whole time and wasn't buying into it.
On top of the crowd booing like fucking crazy.
Yeah, I disagree. I think you might be right
God.
about the crowd getting to Weili. I do think it got to Weili. I don't think it got to
The
Figueiredo.
people that are dismissing the psychological aspect of professional fighting, think you better take a step back and look at the facts.
You have to remember, some people, like, look at Conor McGregor, for instance. Like, some fighters thrive off of having, like, that negative mentality from a crowd. Like,
if you have a good management team and they make you...
Look at you, for example. Like when you get trolled, the more someone comes in the chat and says how much they hate you, the more you eat it up and you love it and you just get worse and worse, right? Because...
So Francis Ngannou's like that? He clearly isn't.
I think you're missing what I'm saying. I'm not saying Francis Ngannou wants people to be nasty to him, but I'm saying maybe he's the type of fighter that thrives off of, like, when someone is negative towards him, that he can just kind of use it as fuel to be better. Not everyone lets it get to their head.
The first fight against Derrick Lewis. Okay? You lose the first fight against Derrick Lewis, and it's a shitty fight, and it was close. You're offered the rematch, but you have the belt now. And your management team says, yeah, go fight in Houston, where the crowd will be completely hostile against you, booing the living shit out of you. Go sign that contract. Would you, if you took that fight and lose, okay, do you not fire your management team?
Why would you fire your management team?
Let's see what the chat says. Let's see what the chat says. We are on different spectrums, but that's good. Let's see what the chat has on this one.
And Ngannou trolls Dana, and Dana doesn't like that. It says bout better. Kegel says she right. Let's see. Beast's Home says Duke Chronic. Drew Becker says JBM getting shut down by the Moss. Well, yes. Chubb says that's weak. Zen Creation says look at how Khabib handled it in UFC 229. Depends on how great a fighter is, period. No excuses, champ material or not.
Okay, I agree with that. But at the same time, your management team is supposed to put you in the best possible scenarios. That's their job. Now you're at the top of the top, the highest of the highs. Okay? Now, the badasses take a fight no matter what, right? No matter what, rain or shine, no matter where the location, send me location, right? Those are the baddest of the bads, okay? Conor McGregor took a fight against Nate Diaz that he should have never taken the first time. Should have never done it. If he had the right people around and said, "Oh, get the fuck, don't, just pump the brakes." You got Holly Holm versus Bisha Tate, let that shit happen, you know. But he took the fight anyway. Fighters make mistakes here. In this situation, Francis Ngannou finally has the belt. This man has been shoved aside by the UFC left and right and finally has gold. And now you're telling me that a good management team, after the UFC has been completely treating you like shit, a good management team should be like, yeah, fight over there. If you're not ready, fight over there still in hostile territory. It makes 0 sense. 0. 0.0.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Black Beast is going to turn off Ciryl Gane's lights out. Lewis is a bad matchup for him. Look for Lewis to get the KO and call out Francis is beast fashion. Ciryl won't be able to do his way to a decision.
And that is why they're putting this together. Like I said earlier, Gane is a sacrificial lamb here. That's what he is. Put aside the whole... Listen, Francis says he can't fight in August. The debate going back and forth about fighting and not fighting, hey, he said no. The UFC went to Francis, he said no. So whether it was his team or Francis, it's irrelevant right now. Gane is fighting Lewis. Gane is undefeated. Gane also has 2 shitty decisions that he's coming off of, right? Going into hostile territory against Derrick Lewis. He's meant to lose. He's put there to lose. He's put there as a lamb to the slaughter, Jesse.
Super chat.
It's not about who's ready or not. It comes down to money. After Ngannou finished Stipe, he said he was ready to fight again ASAP. Then he saw Jake Paul.
No, well, listen. Yes, Ngannou wants to get paid, but Ngannou did say he's not ready, right? What was his tweet? That's like that's where actually. Don't you have the story on this one? Do you have the story on Francis? Yeah, let's see what Francis said, because Francis actually retaliated. He spoke about this. Let's get the words from Francis's mouth. You got my theory, you got Jess's theory, you got the chat's theory over here. But we got to hear from the actual champion. Play a couple donos and we'll get to it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Are you telling me he's backing out of the fight because he has to fight in Houston? That's weak as fuck.
I'm not saying that's the only reason, but what I'm saying is he said no. Okay? So all I have here, he says he's not ready. What does not ready mean? He says he could fight a month later.
Maybe he's not physically ready.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's the case. But do you think fighting in Houston helps the situation in any way?
I don't think he gives a fuck, honestly. I just think maybe his training's not going the way he wants it to or something, or physically he just doesn't feel like he's ready to take on the fight yet.
Even after 2 champions have just lost in hostile territory. That's not even a thought, right?
It's so weird that you're so focused on this hostile territory thing as if it affects everybody the same way.
No, it doesn't affect everyone the same way. But what I'm saying is it doesn't help the situation.
I think he'd be fine.
But this is the point. There could be a chance that Francis goes in there and smokes Lewis in Houston. There could be a very good chance that he can go in there and do that. I'm not saying he can't do that. I'm not saying, hey, if Derrick Lewis fought Francis Ngannou in Houston, Derrick Lewis is going to kick his ass. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed L. I'm saying it doesn't help the situation. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. It doesn't help. If Francis is not ready, that's one thing. If Francis is going to fight in hostile territory, that's another thing. So
yeah, I disagree. I disagree. I don't know what you want me to do.
Oh, my God. Chubbs.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Francis' teammate literally just fought a Cuban in Florida getting booed the whole fucking time and knocked Masvidal out. Get out of here with that weak sauce.
Oh, my God. Oh, actually, he didn't hear. All right, let me say it again, because I guess I got to repeat myself. It is not the only reason. It's added to it. Come on, guys. I know you like to go team anti-Mystic Moss. You like to disagree with everything I say. That's fine.
What people are doing.
Can I talk? That's
Moss,
fine.
you've been talking this whole time. What do you mean? Can you talk?
Well, listen, I'm talking about something here.
Yeah, we know. We hear you.
Okay, so what do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I don't think people are doing it because it's an anti-mystic thing. I think people genuinely think that it's not.
That's not one of the reasons.
No, I don't think it's one of the reasons, and I don't think that is a genuine reason for every fighter either.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If you had a management team, okay?
Yes.
And you were told to do a show.
Is this the same question you asked me before?
And if you were told to do a show,
yeah.
Okay? You were a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
And you're told that you have to do stand-up comedy in a place that chances are they're not going to like your humor. Are you going to go there and perform?
Well, yeah, probably.
And you're going to do well?
If you're going to make money off of it, yes.
There's a chance you could do well, right?
There's always a chance.
But there's a better chance you bomb.
How do you know what the chances are?
I'm saying, is there not a better chance you would bomb?
How do you know?
I'm asking you.
Well, yeah, I can't answer your question unless I know. How do you know?
And there you go.
You don't know. That's the thing. You don't. So just go make some money.
You play the odds here, okay? Odds are, if you're a stand-up comedian and your management team says, hey, go do stand-up comedy. So say, for instance, my humor, okay? I'm trying to dummy this down for everybody.
They're not stupid. It's just
say my humor.
With you.
Hold on. My humor is a white comedy, okay? But I'm going to go into a Japanese-based audience over here and give my white jokes. My agent booked me to go to the Japanese audience and give the white guy jokes.
It's not the same thing at all.
Okay, now I could kill, but chances are I'm going to bomb, right? Chances are. There's better chance of me bombing. I can still win, but chances are I bomb. And this is what I'm trying to say. Guys. Listen, listen to that analogy, then it'll make more sense. Sometimes I got to dummy it down for you guys. Sometimes I got to do that. It's okay. That's why I'm here. Listen, I'm the bad guy. It's all good.
Everyone else's intelligence because they don't agree with you is not exactly the way to make your point.
Does that analogy make any sense to you?
I understand what you're saying, but it's not the same type of thing at all. Like, it's not even really a good analogy because it's not even a comparison. Going into a fight in an audience where your opponent is from there and they're going to be favoring him is not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
As going in and making racially objective jokes.
You're taking it literal.
But
it's an analogy.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, an analogy is not meant to be taken literal. I mean, you know what an analogy means. You know what an analogy means.
Yes, I don't think it's a good analogy.
Listen, it is. I'm talking about the odds here. The odds are you could still win. You could still win this fight. Okay? And I'm not saying, for fuck's sake, I am not saying that he is not fighting because it's in Houston only. There's probably other reasons as well. I am saying that's part of the reasoning. You have to put all the things together here. And you know what? He's the champ. What was it, 3 months ago he fought? What the fuck? Why has he got to rush back in there? When you're letting Stipe Miocic hold on to the belt and they're threatening to strip him and they give him the belt. They keep him with the belt. You know, they're doing Francis dirty here. But what they're doing is they have Derrick Lewis ready to fight in Houston. Francis is not ready. John Jones is not ready. All right, we'll give him Ciryl Gane. And you know what? We'll make it for an interim strap so we can sell some pay-per-views. That's why. That's what's happening. That's just the facts. I don't understand where's the problem.
There's no problem. It's just some people don't agree with you, and that's okay.
I'm not asking you to agree. I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm asking you to wake the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. Wake up, right, Ellie? Tell them to wake up over here. Back to the donations.
Super chat.
He's taking the John Jones route to negotiations. He wants the Jones fight as that's the only one where he will get paid. Twitter is his team, not him.
So you're saying, hold on, let me think of this angle. Let me figure this one out. So you're saying his plan backfired then, right? You're saying that he's waiting for the big paycheck and he just wants to fight John Jones. He's going to get stripped. If that's the plan, you fire your team again. That's another reason why to fire your team. If that's your plan, to wait around for a guy that you don't even know is going to fight at heavyweight, it looks like he is, for the big paycheck, you're going to get stripped. Plain and simple. And I hope that's not his plan. I really hope if that's his plan, that's fucking nuts, man. That's absolutely nuts. Okay, let's get to the Francis Ngannou story over here.
All right, according to MMA junkie Francis Ngannou.
Oh, hold on, one more.
Wonderful.
Slipping through the cracks.
He had no problem fighting Kane in his hometown in Arizona. He got booed fighting Stipe in Boston. The man has a gut on him right now and not his six-pack. He ain't ready. Dude was eating hippo legs while he was back home. He needs to run that off.
Even more of a reason for him not to do it, right? He's already been there and experienced it. Now he's at the top of the heap. He calls the shots. He's the champ. There's no reason for him to have to do that. There isn't, especially because he's seen how the UFC has treated him since. So Francis Ngannou, he's playing the game, but he's got to be careful. Francis got to be really careful here because the longer he waits out, the more of a chance that the UFC finds some crazy way to strip him, which would be nuts. And I don't think that's even going to happen. I think this conversation is going down this weird road right now, okay? The fact of the matter is this, and this is what I believe. Derrick Lewis and Gane are going to fight for this belt. The winner will fight Francis Ngannou. That's happening. Jesse threw this other monkey wrench in here that John Jones is going to squeeze it in between. I don't see that in any way. Okay, so we disagree on that. But the angle of why Ngannou is not fighting and fighting is stupid. He's not fighting. So what are we arguing about? Think about this. It's a dumb argument, right? I have my opinion, you have your opinion, but Francis is not even fighting. So now we're going to argue about something that's not even happening. Let's move on.
I'm going to have to leave before we read this news article.
Wonderful.
If you're the champion, you are not one of the comedians trying to make people laugh. You're the microphone for all comers.
Okay, let's move on. Thank you, Chubbs. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very nice. But okay, my mind is melting. But let's see what Francis Ngannou says.
Francis Ngannou doesn't appear to be pleased with the UFC's decision to book an interim fight. What?
Is the story on here or no?
Yes.
The bottom or?
It's on the second story. Just refresh.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, give it to me.
After the promotion reportedly hit an impasse to finalizing a date for Ngannou's first title defense, it opted to move on and put together an interim championship bout between Derrick Lewis and Ciryl Gane at UFC 265. Ngannou's management told ESPN it was surprised by the fight considering the Predator is only 3 months removed from winning the belt from Stipe. Shortly thereafter, Ngannou took to social media and noted the organization's unevenness when it comes to handling these situations, pointing to how he should have gotten his own interim title fight against Jairzinho Rozenstruik at UFC 249 in May 2020, after then-champ Miocic had been out of action for 9 months. Francis Ngannou tweeted, "I remember my interim title fight against Jairzinho. Oh, wait." And then he put the eye-rolling emoji. I can't scroll anymore, so you're going to have to...
What? I don't have the story on here. unfortunately. I don't. You sure it's on?
Yeah.
I want to show the tweets, but where is it at? All right, I'm gonna Google it. Was it on? Is this it?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, it's a little ways down. All right, let's just show them tweets. The tweets are actually pretty funny. Oh god damn it, ad blocker! What the fuck? Oh god, this is miserable. Continue to cite. There we go. Okay, we got it. Nope, disable. Disable you. Nice. Okay. MMA Junkie blocking them for their pornography they like to show us. Okay, so so he says, I remember my interim title fight against Jorginho. Oh wait, eye roll. Now, Ngannou, you did turn this fight down. You did turn it down, and yes, this shouldn't be for an interim title, but you know why they're doing it, right? They're doing it to fucking sell pay-per-views. You got the real belt, buddy. Right? Don't worry about it. What else did he say?
ARIEL Helwani tweeted, between June 2019 and March 2021, Ngannou fought once for a combined 20 seconds, couldn't sniff an IC title shot, and now 3 months after he wins and seems to be on the cusp of superstardom, he has to see an interim champ title fight made. Doesn't seem right. And then he followed that up with, obviously the hope was to have Ngannou Lewis on August 7th, but as reported last week, scheduling conflicts, remember he just went back home, etc. To which Ngannou retweeted and said, nothing has been right here.
Nothing has been right here. Yes. Okay. So Ngannou is quote unquote not ready to fight in Houston in front of Derrick Lewis's home people. He's not ready. He's not ready. Okay, and he has a right not to be ready. He has a right. He's the champ. It's not like he's been waiting a year. He has a right not to be ready. But the UFC panicked. The UFC's panicking. They're like, no, we don't want to force feed Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena. We don't want that to be the main event in Houston. Do you think we're going to sell out Houston with this? Now, Amanda Nunes, to me, is the greatest female fighter of all time. Okay? That is not even a question. I know some people challenge that online, and I don't know what the fuck you're challenging, to be honest. I think, is she not the best? What do you think?
Is she not the best?
Yeah. Some people have said she's not.
Yes, she is the best.
She's the greatest, right? She's fighting Juliana Pena. I don't know if it's going to be really good for Juliana Pena, but whatever. Amanda Nunes in Texas as a main event does not work. It doesn't work, so the UFC needs to sell some pay-per-views. How do we get Derrick Lewis as a main event? You throw a fucking fake belt there. You throw an interim title out there. Honestly, the more I think about it, it's not such a big deal. It really isn't. Francis is not getting stripped. You know? He really isn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe Francis doesn't want to fight Gane. Is that what I don't know. Like, what's the big deal? Do you think it's even a big deal, thinking about it?
No, I don't see how one fight would be better than the other in any situation, so it's not a huge deal now.
Okay. Poor Ellie. She doesn't like this fight at all, Ellie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ellie. It's going to be okay. Yeah, so there's a problem. There's a problem here. And the problem is the internet. That's the problem. Because the more I think about it, who gives a fuck? Francis isn't getting hurt. Yeah, he's not getting the immediate Derrick Lewis fight, but now you have some extra time to get ready. You needed time, right? You're not ready? So now you take a couple extra months to get ready. That's all. If you fight Ciryl Gane, chances are he'll fight you pretty quick. Guy seems like he doesn't mind turning it around quick. Right? So what's the big deal? What's the big deal? I'm going to recap real quick. We're going to get back into the donations. I'll get into the chat as well. 246, make sure you hit that like button over here, as I'm willing to piss everyone off. I'm willing to get under everyone's skin here, but I'm going to tell you the facts. If you don't like the facts, it's fine. If you want to combat my facts, you have a chance to do it in this live chat and in the donations. You have all the opportunities. You have the stage is yours. Come at me, bruh. This is what's going on. Derrick Lewis is being fed Ciryl Gane, coming off of 2 boring-ass decisions. Derrick Lewis, Houston is where it's at. That's where they're throwing this fight. They need Derrick Lewis to headline this thing, so why not have him fight Gane, and why not do it for a belt? Francis says he's not ready, and I'm sure the UFC would have been fine with that. That would have been great. A mega fight. Francis Ngannou versus Derrick Lewis for a title at Houston, that'd be great. But there are a lot of reasons why Francis Ngannou does not want to take this. Perhaps he's not ready. Perhaps he doesn't want to fight in a hostile crowd. Maybe he's injured. Who knows? There could be many reasons out here why he's not doing it. But who the fuck cares? He turned it down, right? Some people out there will like, well, he's the champ, man. If he could fight the following month, September, then wait until September and have it happen. No, you can't do that because then you're having Amanda Nunes fight Juliana Pena as your main event. That thing will sell about, what, 100,000 pay-per-views. That's what it'd sell. You know how many seats that'll fill? Probably a quarter of the stadium. You can't tell me that fucking everyone in Texas is going to be like, okay, Brazil, let's go. I don't see it. Where's Juliana Pena? Is she from Texas? She's from Washington. It's not gonna happen. So that's what the UFC did. They made an executive decision. Everyone on the internet is going crazy. Don't worry. Francis will fight the winner. Francis is going to still fight. The theory of Francis holding out to John Jones is crazy. I understand he wants to get paid. He should. I understand John Jones wants to pay. He should. John Jones is getting pushed aside because he keeps saying no. Anytime fighters say no, they get pushed aside. And the UFC, the machine, keeps moving forward. They're a business. They got to keep making money in order to pay their fighters. So some people get screwed along the way. If you're not ready, they keep going. It's just how it is. It's just how it works.
Wonderful, wonderful.
You got Uncle Chrome.
I wish Francis was like Tito and challenged Dana to a fight for this bullshit.
Francis was like Tito and challenged Dana White. So you think Francis should call out Dana White? I wouldn't be opposed. That'd be fun.
Super chat.
Francis wants money, Dana said, and Nula Mao.
Francis wants money, and Francis doesn't want money. But if the stars did line up, if everything that we said before, the location, him being ready, the money, if that was all in play, yeah, Francis probably would have taken that fight. But I don't blame Francis. He technically lost the first time. So Francis is going to take this fight. He wants to be ready. I'm sure he wants to make sure the location is at least neutral, right? Maybe you don't take much stock into that. It's fine. And money's involved. He wants to get paid. So there's the big three, the trifecta over there. Now, Amanda Nunes, I said, against Juliana Pena wouldn't sell many pay-per-views, right? And I'm not saying that Francis Ngannou versus Gane's going to sell much. In fact, I don't think it's going to do very well pay-per-view buys. I really don't. But at least they could sell out the building. So at least with throwing Derrick Lewis, you bump up the pay-per-views a little bit. You're not going to make crazy numbers, but you'll sell some tickets. So that's what Derrick Lewis does in this situation. That's how he helps us out. This whole situation here. UFC's a business. Some people don't like the way it's run. And I understand. Some things aren't fair here. But at least Francis Ngannou's not getting stripped. Yes, his belt's a little silly, but you have to understand the business got to make some money. They got to do this crazy. They did a BMF belt, guys. They did a BMF fight. They legit put that together to save a card. So we can't be surprised, right?
Merry Christmas.
Christmas.
My name is Troll, and I'm a special hole. I'm shirtless and alone again. Internet is my only friend. It's Christmas, hooray! I sit and watch MMA. No girlfriend this year, but I have my hand. Sit in front of computer, making fun of people. No avatar to hide my gremlin face.
Yes.
Oh yes, it's Christmas, I am so hideous. Maybe Santa will bring me a pocket pussy.
It's Christmas in the summertime.
Valentina won the second fight, everybody knows it. And Francis saying he'd be ready in July and now he's not is his fault. What happens when his ass ain't ready again? More excuses about being scared of the crowd. Your theory makes him look like a bitch.
Well, I mean, what you said there makes him look like a bitch too, right? These theories that I have, these theories that you have, these theories that everyone has, is all we got. He is not ready. That's what he's saying. He is not ready. So we have to throw out there, okay, why is he not ready? I looked at the card. I'm like, oh, fight in fucking Houston? Oh. I'm sure that doesn't help him being ready. I'm sure it doesn't help. And to completely dismiss that is crazy. I am not saying it's the sole reason, but I say it's one of them. Money could be a play. Everything else that we said could be a play as well. Maybe he's not legitimately ready to. Yes. But those are... It's one after another. You just look at these things. What is it? Coincidence? It's not a coincidence. And thank you, Chubbs, for the 12.25. If you're just jumping in, we're talking about Gane versus Lewis. And Ngannou's taking a little step back here. He's not ready. John Jones is not ready. He's nowhere to be found over here. I'm sure they reached out to him. So you have Ciryl Gane coming off of a very spectacular win against Mr. Volkov. He said, give him the fucking fight. And you scratch your head and you're like, really? That's what we're doing here? I laid it down for you. I don't know how many times you want me to repeat myself. But I laid it down for you why they're using Ciryl Gane as a sacrificial lamb. I don't have to say it over and over again. But if we open those phone calls tonight, friends, if you guys save the show and extend it, I am sure the phone lines will be lit up and we'll go at it. We'll go for it. We'll go nose to nose, head to head, mano y mano tonight. As I am fucking firm in my belief as to why this is all happening. My whole explanation earlier is completely spot on fact. And that's why I am so mystical. Stipe Miocic number one. Well, he apparently is not ready either. Right? I'm sure they went to him as well, and Stipe's like, I'm not ready. So you got Derrick Lewis, and now you got Ciryl Gane sitting here. They're right by each other. I don't think the UFC is very high on Ciryl Gane because I don't think they want a heavyweight just decisioning everybody. I don't think they want that. So they rush him up very quickly and say, feed him to fucking Lewis. Feed him to Derrick. And if that plan fails, we'll just feed him to Ngannou. And between Derrick Lewis and Francis Ngannou, we will terminate the most boring heavyweight fighter of all time, Ciryl Gane. That's the plan. That's the fucking plan. The UFC is trying to exterminate Ciryl Gane. They had enough of this man's borefest. They're trying to help us out here. Let's embrace it. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors over here. We got Head Rush. We got 20% off. Link in the description with the promo code MMA-HOLES. If you look at my shirt over here, friends, check it out. That's not the scene. This is the scene. There's my shirt over here. Check this shirt out. It's fucking wonderful, wonderful over there. Head Rush has some very nice clothing. Very, very nice clothing. I am a big fan. And the nostalgic feeling of rocking a Head Rush shirt, being an MMA fan, it just feels good. Fits nice. It's wonderful, wonderful. If you want 20% off your Head Rush, you use our promo code just for this community. This community only. MMA-HOLES. Proudly type those letters in and get you 20% off on Head Rush. Fortune favors the brave. Are you brave or are you pussy? I know you're brave in the chat. You're here. A bunch of brave mofos. So get that 20% off and be wonderful, wonderful. We got Ballsy as well. Let me tell you something. I was putting on this shampoo today. It smells so freaking good. Then I followed it by that beautiful conditioner. I smell great. I smell wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If you want to smell good too, like a real man, check it out down below. There's a link in the description. Same promo code MMA-HOLES for 15% off. Get the discounts. Bullwash.com. MMA-HOLES. 10% off a clean booty. 10% off for you to have a chance at not ever wiping yourself again. It's a joy for me to use my bathroom. It's a pleasure to have a clean butthole. And we're helping you out too. Ann H in the chat has a clean butthole from Lux Bidet. Brett Baratheon and many other MMA holes have clean buttholes thanks to Lux Bidet. All you have to do is click the link in the description and you get 10% off. It's that simple. Now, hurry, because this link will expire. So hurry, 10% off. Click the link down below. Do not wait, because you never know when the code and the discount will be gone. MysticRootsCBD.com is the website for the best CBD in the world. If you want 20% off the best CBD in the world, use promo code MMAHOLES. That's the promo code. Clean your mind. Get rid of the anxiety. And be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
One more shout out over here. And I have to thank all our sponsors for helping us do this dysfunctional show and keeping this dysfunctional community together. ESPN Plus, if you want to watch the Contender Series tomorrow night, which I got to catch up on. I fell asleep during the two ago. But anyway, if you do want to watch it, it's on ESPN Plus. We have a link pinned in the live chat and the description. If you want to watch UFC 264, UFC 265, any pay-per-view, any fight night, all the UFC content is on ESPN Plus. So click our link. It helps us out tremendously. Everyone that signs up through our link helps out the MMA-Holes. So stay wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, if you're just jumping in, this is not a fucking complete ad over here. Those are our sponsors, and they keep us going. But we spoke an hour, a full-blown hour, about Ngannou not fighting Derrick Lewis. A fight that I think a lot of us, even though the first time it didn't go down well, or it wasn't fun to watch, it's kind of a bore fest, we still wanted to see this happen. We wanted to see Francis Ngannou back in there. But what happens, the UFC throws a curveball that completely makes sense. A lot of people online are not understanding why Ciryl Gane is fighting Derrick Lewis. Well, I explained it ad nauseum for an hour. Now, whether you like my explanation or not, that's up to you. But you can watch that back and find out for yourself and let me know in the comments down below. The phone lines is something that we're going to open up if we get some saves, but we have a couple of donations over here. Actually, hold on a second. We got one. It's Colby Johnson.
Wonderful, wonderful.
If Ngannou fought Lewis in Houston, you would hear the boos for miles and miles lol. Us Houstonians love Black Beast. I may try to go to this one. I've missed all the other Houston cards.
Yeah.
Let's go Black Beast.
Yes, I agree with you, of course. Of course. And thank you, Colby Johnson, very much. I mean, listen, I know a lot of you guys don't like to buy into these fighters actually being human beings. And I understand they are the toughest people on the planet. But let me just say this. If they are such tough human beings, if they are so strong-minded, then why do they get triggered on social media? I mean, they are the baddest men and women on the planet, but yet you go into a social media post, you make a little joke about them, they'll ban you and block you. You try to get them on a show, they blacklist you because you make a couple of jokes here and there. But yet people out there think that they're impenetrable, that they're going to walk out to a crowd that's throwing fucking tomatoes at them, and it's not going to bother them. How the fuck does that make any sense? They're human beings. They are not superheroes. Some of you think they're fucking superheroes. They're humans. People fall into pressure. And I'm not saying it's 100% effective. I'm not saying boos are a successful way to lose every time. If you want your opposing fighter to lose, your boos are going to get the win. No. But it doesn't help. It doesn't help a fighter's chances of winning. Think about it. Let's start the save. Let's get it going here. I want to take some calls over here. We're going to put this clock. We're going to get it going. 5 minutes on the clock. Every donation that comes in, we're going to add to the clock. So 2 minutes, $2. 5 minutes, $5. $10, 10 minutes. You know, the whole deal. Let's talk. Clock has started. Let's add it up.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Also, I think it's ridiculous that Stipe isn't fighting for the interim belt.
You know what? Stipe should. I guarantee they reached out to him, Ngannou, and John Jones. I guarantee it. But Stipe is probably not ready, right? That's probably why. And it is ridiculous. Honestly, you want to know what's ridiculous? That should be a trilogy. Stipe versus Ngannou. I know Ngannou looked a lot better in the second one and finished him. But I still believe Stipe Miocic, the best heavyweight of all time, the greatest, is getting the shaft here because he himself keeps on saying no. He should be fighting Ngannou. If he was to tell the UFC, yeah, I want to fight Ngannou in September, and then, Ngannou's like, yeah, let's go, they would have made that fight. This Lewis versus Gane fight would have been for #1 contender then. They would have made the trilogy. But what happened is Stipe Miocic, he's not ready. He is not ready. There's a lot of things in play here. If fighters say no, the UFC moves on. It doesn't matter how great you are. It doesn't matter what your resume is. If you say no to a fight, even though the UFC's not even giving you a chance. A lot of times the UFC's at fault here, where they put a scenario in front of you and you can't fight. So it's not necessarily the fighter's fault. But the machine moves forward.
Gonna smash.
9 minutes, baby. DBSV. 9 minutes.
Beat everybody. I'm gonna
9
finish
minutes.
everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody. I'm gonna finish everybody.
I'm gonna smash everybody.
Screw all these pussy ass heavyweights. KHAMZAT will smash all 3 Usman, IZZY, and January, and then he will spend his 30s smashing heavyweights. His retirement fight will be him smashing Tyson Fury in the boxing ring. Then he will ascend into smash heaven.
Thank you very much. 9 minutes added to the clock. Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful. Oh shit, we got boobies. That's 19 minutes, baby. Let's go. Come on. 1.
Hey, I can see your underwear. Put your boobies in the air, fapping like I just don't care. Can I lick your pubic hair? Snap a picture, time to share. Took my meat vision impaired. Filthy mind, I need a prayer. Pervert cameraman, beware. Pervert cameraman, show them tits. Pervert cameraman, $10 tip. Pervert cameraman, Yanni Celeste. Pervert cameraman, show them breasts. Boobies.
Bathe the show.
Thank you very much, D-Rest. That is 19 more fucking minutes on the show. Just like that. If you want to extend the show, drop a donation quickly because time is running out.
Super chat.
We got Jeremiah with the 2.
Gain is better than Ambien for insomnia.
That's right.
Save show.
I 100% agree with you, Jeremiah White. 21 more minutes, baby. Saves all over the place.
Watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend, heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. D girlfriend. Time out, trolls, welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Bust and grow, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room's stoned. Hold up, save the show for the tales will be told about Michael Anzalone.
What?
Celebratory hands in the air.
Phil Starr makes it 41 minutes. We are guaranteed phone calls tonight. If you want to add to the 41, drop a donation quickly. There's only 26 seconds left in the saves. Thank you to our supporters tonight so much. You guys help us out tremendously over here and are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wow. The Ans, rest in peace, Big Mikey. We love you very much. The immortal Michael Anzalone. There he is above my head. Tickle him. Phil! Let's all come on Ronda. Let's all come on Ronda Rousey. Yeah! Come on Ronda! Come on Ronda! Come on Ronda! Come on Ronda!
Fist, cool face.
Thank you very much, Phil, so much for being wonderful, wonderful. Coming on Ronda Rousey. What does that put us at? 52 minutes? I got to do the math here. I was too busy dancing. Yeah, we'll say 52 minutes over there. Thank you very much, Phil, for being wonderful, wonderful. Hell yeah, baby. All right, we got some in queue over here. We're going to let him play, of course.
Super chat.
62 minutes, baby.
Save the fucking show.
Thank you, Little D, for the $10 dono. Appreciate it. We got one more in queue, and then we're going to take some phone calls tonight. I really believe we're going to have some good calls. I want to hear some heated debate and conversation, or just your opinion on Ciryl Gane versus Derrick Lewis, Francis Ngannou getting the shaft.
Super chat.
Gane opened as massive favorite over Lewis. Save.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for the save. Let's make it, I don't know, let's make it like 65 minutes. Let's just go with that, all right? 65 minutes over here. Thank you very much to everybody. All right, an hour and 5 on the clock. Really a big thank you to you guys, the community. Thank you for everyone that comes back in and smashes the like and deals with the hostility of the MMA holes. Thank you to everyone who supports this show with your donations. Appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me and Jesse and little Ellie keeps us going over here. So thank you so much for your contributions. Thank you to our patrons and our members as well. All the people with the badges in the chat showing their fancy badges. Thank you so much to you guys as well. Let's take some phone calls. Bring it. Let's do it.
My name is Mystic. What's your name, and how can I help you?
This is Lone Wolf, a.k.a. All Heart, a.k.a. Lone Wolf, a.k.a. Sober Carl.
How's it going, Sober Carl?
Wonderful.
Yeah, my name's Casper, and I'm a ghost.
Sean, how are you tonight?
Which one's having?
Yo, drunk, what's up?
Yeah, this is BBSB. I have an acoustic problem. Okay, well, this is Real Gamer. Red, your voice sounds a lot faggier on the phone.
Hey, it's MJ, the artist formerly known as Kevin Lee. How you doing?
Hey, my name's Dan. I got a question.
Yo, Sanosi.
What's up, Sanosi?
What's up, you guys? This is Justin Jr. Hey, guys, it's Kevin from Denver. How you doing?
Wonderful.
Hello, Mustafa.
832, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Hey, what's up? It's Pulse.
What's up, Pulse?
Hey, Pulse.
Clock. Hey, it's good luck. Alexander.
What am I, chopped liver?
We're celebrating.
Ole.
Yeah, baby.
617, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Michael Antimo from Boston.
No way! Michael Anzalone, you just gave me butterflies when I heard your voice.
Michael, welcome to the show.
Huh?
It's the knitter.
Hello, guys. How you doing? Hi, Jesse.
Hit the like button, you folks. This is the double champ. Yeah, I want to talk to you. I'm not big on talking about fighting that much, but...
Hey, this is Jeremiah.
Hey, it's Kevin from Chicago.
Nothing. Gotta talk about these fights real quick.
It's Mike Hill.
Jesus Christ. I'm over here trying to stay awake and shit. Jesus. Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was doing it for you, huh?
Like, no one cares, Justin. Who the fuck is he talking about? Brooklyn Dodgers? Who the fuck them? I don't give a shit about them.
Yeah, he thought the Brooklyn Dodgers should be the ring girl of the year. All right,
that
you.
horse that...
Okay, Chrome, thank you, man.
Wait, he has stuff to talk about. He's making fun of Justin first. Don't hang up on him.
Hey.
Anything else?
Stay white.
Okay, I appreciate that.
All right, the number is 516-522-0267. Over there. If you're new to the show, consider giving us a subscribe and hitting that notification bell. If you don't like the content, that's fine. You can stick around or you can get the fuck out of here. I don't give a shit. But thank you to everyone that hit those likes once again. We're going to open up the phone lines over here. And let me just say this right now to those new people that are coming in. We were discussing Gane versus Lewis. The news breaking couple hours back over here on the show. We do 3 shows a week, guaranteed, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday. We do some bonus shows in between as well. If there's other events, weigh-ins, or the whole deal, we react to all the fights as well. We're constantly live on this channel. So if you like live, dysfunctional MMA content and the greatest MMA community in the world over here, where we argue and bicker and debate and laugh and cry and eat each other's pussies, then this channel's for you. All right, here we go. 516-522-0267. I want you to give me a call, and I want to know your thoughts on the whole situation with Francis Ngannou versus Derrick Lewis. That's what I want to know. Need to know what the people think here. The MMA fans.
Call from
Pizzle Relizzle.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Hello, Pizzle. How you doing tonight?
All right. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, that's good. It's just because it's a little muzzled on your end.
Oh, my God. Well, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just a little muzzly, though. But if I'm coming in clear, that's fine.
You're good. Now, you are from Texas. This is in Houston. Derrick Lewis main event. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I was going to touch on that for sure, but I just want to say one thing real quick about the light heavyweight match between Jan and Glover.
Yes.
Yeah, so, you know, Jan Blachowicz, however you say his name, you know, he won me over with that Izzy fight. You know, I'm a fan of his now, and even though I'm a fan of his, I'm not going to lie, I want to see Glover take this, you know? Because I feel like, you know, obviously this is his last shot, but, you know, he's a good dude, and so I really want to see him get this belt, you know?
Both guys very nice guys here, but yes, I am favoring Glover as well. I think he's going to shock the world.
I do too, man. I think, you know, I think Jan is the perfect speed for him. I think, you know, this is his time. I think he's going to win that belt and ride off into the sunset.
We're in the minority though, Pulse. I have a feeling that majority of people are really going to go hard on Jan in this fight.
Yeah, probably so. But they're both just keeping that belt warm for that Jiri guy. But
pretty much, yeah. I'm with you on that too.
But addressing this fight, yeah, you know, this guy, how do you say his name? Ciryl?
Yeah, Ciryl, like the breakfast.
Ciryl, or however it is.
I like to call him Ciryl Gane.
Ciryl Gane. Okay, yeah. He, you know, obviously, you know, at heavyweight everybody has power, but he's not necessarily a finisher. So, to me, this actually works out better for Derrick Lewis. If I'm him, I just go right at him.
Mm-hmm. Now, Gane is going he's going to be looking to counter. I do feel that he's going to wait for Derrick to make a mistake and try to counter, hurt him, maybe take out his legs or some shit. I don't know. He's going to try to bore everyone to death. That's what he's going to try to do.
I think this fight goes just how most of Derrick Lewis fights go. I think, you know, I think he gets beat for a little while, and then out of nowhere, like Randy Orton's finisher, uppercut or a knee or something, just leaves Ciryl's head stiff, and we have a new heavyweight champion.
Here's the problem, though. Gane is so smart. Like, he is not going to make the mistake that Volkov did. Like, I don't know what Volkov was thinking when he fought Lewis. Volkov legit was winning the whole entire fight. I have a feeling if Gane is going into the 5th round, winning this thing, he is going to run for the hills. He's just going to run and just try to grab that decision.
If he makes it to the 5th, you're probably right, but that's if he makes it that far. One thing I'll say about Derrick Lewis is this, and people have to put respect on his name. If you look at his list of victims, he's already Hall of Fame worthy right now. I mean, most of the guys on that list, you know, Marcin Tybura, Travis Brown, Oleanik, well, not Oleanik, but I mean, he beat him too, but Tybura, Travis Brown, Volkov, and Curtis Blades. Most people would all say that they're all better technical strikers than Derrick, but at the end of the day, he left them all asleep. Yep. And he is the knockout king of the heavyweight division of the UFC, and he gets it done.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now.
I'm with you, man. I'm picking Lewis myself. Listen, I'm a little biased. The Black Beast is so much fun, but I do feel he is going to win this fight. I think that he will. He just has the experience. He's got all the freaking knockouts. He's got bombs in his hands, and I feel like he is just going to stay on top of Gane until he fucking finishes him. That's what he's going to do here. The problem is the deeper this fight goes, I know sometimes that's fine with Derrick Lewis. Sometimes he gets his ass beat for 4 rounds and comes back in the 5th, but in this situation, Derrick Lewis don't want to go 5. He's got to do it early, the first 3 at least.
I mean, can this French dude even wrestle? Nobody's seen this from him.
According to the Gane dick suckers, apparently this guy does have a pretty good ground game. That according to the cocksucking French, I don't know. A lot of people love this guy.
How do we know this? Has he displayed this in fights? How do we know?
He's tried for a couple of takedowns here and there. Looks pretty big and strong, but I don't know. Apparently, he's a very well-rounded fighter, from what people say that know more about this guy.
Well, I think Derrick Lewis is going to learn from Rosenstrike. You can't be frozen with this guy because he'll just pick you apart. So if I'm him, I just go right at him.
Yeah. Yep. That's the way, right? You got to do it. I mean, his counter. This guy's a very good striker. You know, as much as I joke around about him, the guy is impressive. He's a very smart fighter. That's one thing I got to give him. You know, he doesn't really take the chances where he's going to get fucking lights out. So I would have to think his footwork, his head movement is going to be good enough to survive a couple of rounds. But Derrick Lewis has to get it done early, man. The longer this thing goes, it would scare me as a Lewis fan.
No, I agree. Absolutely. He's got 5 to 10 minutes to take this guy's head off.
Yep. All right, Pulse, anything else?
That's it. I just want to say shout out to the Hills, Mike and Ann, and shout out to Sean Hart.
Nice.
Later.
All right, there's Pulse calling in. The number is 516-522-0267. Now, let me make this clear. I am definitely picking the Black Beast. I feel this fight for Derrick Lewis, it's tailor-made for him. I feel with the hostile crowd, just booing the shit out of this man. I feel with only 9 fights, for God's sakes, and throwing him against a guy that has the most knockouts in heavyweight history, throwing him against a man who is extraordinarily dangerous. Look at this. 25-7-0 against 9-0. They're throwing him to the wolves inside Derrick Lewis's home court in Texas, for God's sakes. The UFC does not want Gane to win this in any way. And if he does get past Lewis, I mean, listen, it's not an impossibility, even though I'm picking the Black Beast. But if Gane does dance his way around and pick and move, stick and move, and leg kicks and head movement and blah, blah, boring, if he does all that bullshit, right? If Gane does all that boring shit, then Francis Ngannou will just knock his head off. Let's be honest here. He's fighting a two-headed monster here. The UFC is just setting him up to fail. That's what they're doing. Push them up way too quick. You don't push someone that you really want to market as a star that fast. You don't do that. You don't take a kid, even though Gane's not really a kid. Was he 31? But you don't take a fresh UFC fighter at it, like with 3 fights or 4 fights. What does he have? Yeah, 4 fights. Oh, 5, excuse me. Holy shit. More than I recall. Let me go back here. This way I have the right facts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, 6 fights. Fucking A. I fell asleep with the last 2. But 10. Look at the guys he fought. Volkov and Rosenstrike, the best of the bunch, right? The best of the bunch. And I got to give it to him. He pieced up Volkov, but bored me to death. Rosenstrike bored me to death. So Santos with a fucking illegal strike. Tanner Bozer, for God's sakes, who beat OSP. And OSP, my God, does OSP not look terrible these days? Dontel Mays? Rafael Pessoa? Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. I think the UFC wants this man to lose, especially after those last 2 performances. Do you think that the UFC, in your right mind, do you think that the UFC wants Ciryl Gane with gold around his waist? Try to market those pay-per-views with a guy that chances are is going to fight decision after decision. And not even, like, not fun decisions, boring decisions. No, thank you. UFC's trying to kill him. Trying to set him up to lose.
Call from...
You going to?
Didn't get your name. Welcome to the MMA-Holes. What's your name, man?
Chris, how are you doing tonight, brother?
I'm wonderful.
Wonderful.
2 joints?
Can you hear me pretty good tonight, Chris? A little better than usual?
Yes, you sound good, man.
Okay, that's awesome, man. I just want to make sure I'm on speakerphone because I just want to make sure you guys could hear me and stuff. So
nice. I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, buddy. Hey, Chris, I just want just a quick thing here before we start talking about some fights. When I see you and Jesse and Ellie on the screen there, bro, that just makes me smile. Like, you guys are a solid family, and some of us fucking people that don't have anything in our lives. This is something that we could probably look forward to maybe one day, get our shit together, find a nice lady, and you know what I mean? Bang, bang. Fucking, you're a good guy.
That's
So,
very nice of
take
you, Two Joints. I appreciate that. It means a lot. And right now, Jesse, I feel so bad. Jesse's got she's got a handful right now with the young baby and trying to feed this baby and keep her calm and do a show at the same time. So it's difficult, but that's really nice of you, man.
But you know what it is, Chris? It's you guys are working as, you know, there's no I in team. That, you know what I mean? Like, you're taking care of the business right now. She's taking care of the baby, and later on, you guys can hook up and have a little less time. You know what I mean, bro?
That's right.
So,
yes.
So anyway, just a thought on this whole shit about Gane and Lewis. I think it's the fight to make. I think this will be a big test for Gane, and if he can get through Lewis, I mean, I'm going to give him all the credit he deserves, but I'm just such a big Lewis fan, bro. He's just a fucking awesome guy. Smokes pot, likes that fast food, likes banging his fucking woman. Like, that's my kind of guy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm looking forward to watching this fight, bro. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm with you. I'm looking forward. Anytime Derrick Lewis fights, I'm in. I'm 100% in.
Well, you know what, Moss? You can probably agree with me. I mean, there's just some fighters that just, like, the spectators and the fans really, really dig and enjoy. And, you know, Lewis is one of those guys, man. You know what I mean? It's hard to describe, but, I mean, he's just the kind of guy people want to watch fight. So, I mean, that's perfect for Uncle Dana, that fat fuck. And, you know, I wish Lewis nothing but the best of luck, man. Fucking.
Well, very nice. All
Very
right.
nice. So, another quick thing here, just a shout out to all those fucking bastards in your telephone there, all the chatters, Drunk Savage, Annie, Willie Puffers, Jay Smokey, Sean Hart, all my guys, man, Duke. Like, this is a family here, bro. Like, we all go through some stuff, you know, off the air on the Discord, and then we pull our pants back up and get to these shows and back to square one, man. It's just it's a tight little community, and I'm pretty fucking proud to be part of it. And I haven't been banned or timed out yet, so fucking.
That's right. You've been successful for many years.
For the next call here, so I just want to give my best to you and the wifey and Ellie and all the chatters, man. Even if I don't like you, I like you in the chat room. So everybody just stay good and keep cool, because it's fucking hot out right now, bro.
It is. All right, Two Joints. Hey, man, thank you for the nice words.
Love you a long time, brother. Bye.
All right, love you too. There's Two Joints coming in. Much love. And that's the thing, man. Two Joints, it's crazy. Like, if you think about it, we all talk shit over here. We have some fun. If you take it to the point where it bothers you so much and there's hate in your soul and it leads after the show and you're like, I can't believe this person said that and this. It's not about that. It's about us coming here to vent and just let it all out. Have some fun. We got some opinions that we need to share. We need to force feed to each other. That's what it's about. You know, we're not all going to agree, but we're all going to stick together. We're going to watch fights. And that's what the community is about over here. That's why this phone will never leave. We've left this thing here. We started with the phone. We were the first. With the phone on the screen and just keeping those comments going. And so many channels have copied it. And then they've done away with it. But yet we still keep this phone here so you guys have seen and heard and whatever. So shout out to the community. Got a donation that I forgot to play here. Let's play this.
Super chat.
Calm, baby.
From UK, put it on Lewis First Road Comos. Much love.
First round knockout from Comb. Comb saying first round. Thank you to all the donators. Comb from the UK. I tell you what, it never gets old. I talk to Jesse all the time about this. I talk to my mom about it. You know, it's like it's crazy. Like, people from all over the world hanging in this community. It's a lot of fun. So it's a lot of fun being able to. Only YouTube will give you a chance to speak to people from all over the world. Like, there's no emails. I mean, there is email, but this is just instant conversation. Boom, there you are. So it's absolutely wonderful, wonderful. All right, back to the phone calls. 516-522-0267. You know the topic of conversation. What's all over the interwebs? Gane versus Lewis. Let's hear your thoughts on this situation over here. Ngannou, did he get screwed? Did he misplay the situation? The UFC constantly doing him dirty. Try again, 516-522-0267. No block numbers, because we're not going to take the call. Just call your number, man. Zaybo, yes, you can call. We have the number open. So first come, first serve.
Call from
Bill.
Oh, Bill. How you doing, buddy?
What's up? Hey, did you hear Danny Cormier, everyone's fat, lovable uncle, commentating? You don't listen to the commentary, do you?
No, I didn't hear it.
Tanner Boser, man, he threw a fit because Tanner Boser, it kind of looked like he grabbed the fence, but all he did was close his fist and push against it with his knuckles. And he's sitting there throwing a fit. Oh my gosh, he grabbed the fence. They need to review that. Blah blah blah. He threw a fit. Mm-hmm. And when Paul Felder scolded him, he said, "I don't know. It didn't look like you grabbed it. I think he had his closed fist." No. You got to look at it. And he scolded Paul Felder, saying, "No, you come on, look again." And then when he's interviewing him, he storms off. He doesn't even congratulate him. He walks away before congratulating him.
Oh man,
pissed off.
Yeah.
So that's Daniel Cormier, and time and time again he's like this, such a biased dude, so biased. And then in the main event with Volkov and
hold on a second, I want to
Gane.
piggyback off of that. The Tanner Boser thing. I saw Boser put it on Twitter. He's 100% right. I thought in real time too that he held the fence, but watching that replay, nope, he did not. He did not hold that thing. He did not hold it.
And even when he was corrected, he still doubled down and said, "I don't know. Even in the replay, it's hard to tell." No, Daniel, you were wrong. Okay, you were wrong. You could admit you were wrong.
Yeah.
It looked like he grabbed it, yes, but in the replay, when it slowed down, you could clearly see it wasn't. But he didn't want to admit. He said, "I don't know. It's hard to tell." But either way, good win. And then in the main event, this is what pisses me off: is Volkov gets poked in the eye twice. He's getting raked across his face the whole fight. And with 40 seconds left, he gets poked again. And what does Daniel say? "Oh, yeah, I'm glad they didn't take a point away. I'm glad they didn't take a point away." Okay, if you're not going to take a point away with 40 seconds, what's the point? What's the point of the rules? Like, what are we doing? Should we just do away with the rules? The dude poked him in the eye twice. The second one really bad.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of the rules? And that's Daniel Cormier in a nutshell. And I finally see people catching on to his commentary. I've been noticing it for a while, but finally people are catching on to his biased commentary, rooting for who he wants to root for, creating these narratives. But that's just Daniel Cormier. Now, let's get to the real talk. Ngannou, Gane, and Lewis. The thing with Lewis is, you got to remember, the only reason that knockout was exciting because Blades was coming forward. If it wasn't that, Lewis was going to be, this is how he fights. He doesn't do anything. He was in the most boring fight of all time with Francis Ngannou. Why? Because he didn't come forward either. He got two gift decisions against that Bulgarian dude and against Ilir Latifi, where he legitimately grabbed the fence. You go back and watch that fight in that third round. He grabs the fence, blatant holds him, get himself up from a takedown, and he got a gift decision in there. So this idea that Lewis is some exciting fighter, I watched this dude. He doesn't do anything the entire fight. The last minute, he comes charging forward and goes for a last-minute Hail Mary. Gane is going to pick this dude apart in another boring decision. So, take all the way you want from Ngannou. At least Ngannou comes in there and he's trying to kill people. This dude is literally trying to destroy people, knock people out. Lewis doesn't do that. He waits on his back foot, boring style. Gane's boring style. So, this fight ain't going to be no spectacular showing. That's a fact.
Okay.
So, you mean, look at Lewis, his record. Ilir Latifi, do you remember that fight?
Yes.
He was getting manhandled. They're going to take it down left and right by a guy who fought at 205.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at the Bulgarian dude, it was another example. He didn't look good in that fight either. The only time he's got dudes coming forward. You got dudes that coming forward initiate the action like Curtis Blades. He was attempting a takedown and he got caught. He could have stayed on the outside and fought a boring-ass fight. Well, that's not his style.
Yeah, I think that it is going to be a problem. I'm a little worried about the fact, I said it earlier, that there is a good chance, because Gane is a very smart fighter, that he is not going to take any unnecessary risks, and Derrick Lewis will be sitting back waiting, and both of them will be waiting. And then it's just going to be another one of these like mind games, here a couple of leg kicks here and there from Gane, and Lewis waiting and swinging and missing and charging and missing. Like, I feel like it could be a lot of that bullshit, so you might not be off.
Yep, and as far as what's funny regarding Stipe is people try to act like Stipe was he couldn't sell, he was boring, and this and that. I guarantee he does he sells more pay-per-views than Ngannou, Lewis, and Gane. I mean, you got Ngannou. You can't even. I mean, people rag on Stipe's English. He don't speak English. Ngannou. Then you got Gane. I never even heard him talk. I literally never heard Gane talk. And Lewis, what's he gonna say? My balls was hot. I mean, Stipe was obviously a bigger draw than all three of those. So this is what you get.
Wait, you're saying you think Stipe's more marketable than Lewis?
Absolutely.
I could see Ngannou because Ngannou is not very. I don't know. He's not very good on. He's not very charismatic. He's a likable guy, but he's not very charismatic on the mic. Whereas Lewis, has the one-liners here and there. But Stipe Miocic is you cannot understand a damn word the man says. Like he's admitted he's anxious and shit.
I can understand him when he sits down and does an interview. When you listen to his post-fight interviews, no, but watch a full interview and he understands him.
Yeah, but people literally
you can't understand Lewis either.
What do you mean people don't? People literally wait for the post-fight interview with Lewis. Like people love listening to this guy talk, and he doesn't even have to do much.
He's got one-liners.
Yeah,
they like listening to his one-liners right after an event. They don't listen to his interview.
All right, I feel like you actually had me with some decent points. Now you throw in a curveball here to get me to disagree. I think that's what you're doing here because I can't see you thinking Stipe is more marketable than fucking Derrick Lewis. I don't know how you see that. I understand he's a fireman, he's a family man, blah, 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 but he's not going to sell the pay-per-views that Lewis would sell. I think Lewis would do a lot better.
Lewis can't. What has Lewis sold? What's his track record?
He hasn't been a champ yet. You got to see what happens when he's a champ.
I mean, has he even been on big pay-per-view cards? I don't remember.
Away from the BH. Well, he fought for a belt against Cormier. Didn't work out too well for him. But listen, if he's a champion, then we can judge him from there. And right now, I'm noticing people enjoy the Black Beast. Joe Rogan dragging him on, the whole deal. Like people like Derrick Lewis. No one likes Stipe. Come on. Like, I like Stipe as a person. I like Stipe as a fighter. I think he's one of the best heavyweights. I think he is the best heavyweight. I will go out there and say that. But I'd rather see Derrick Lewis fight. He gets me more excited.
I think, Stipe's been the proven draw. He's obviously been the proven draw.
Draw what?
Lewis and Ngannou hasn't done nothing. They haven't sold anything.
Stipe's biggest fights were Daniel Cormier, though, right? I mean, what did he draw?
Cormier versus Lewis didn't do nothing, didn't sell anything.
That's because it was last second. That was thrown together last second. That was like a give me for Cormier. Like they just threw Derrick Lewis out. They couldn't even freaking sell that thing. It was just thrown together. Derrick Lewis took it on short notice.
It didn't sell shit. It didn't sell shit because Lewis isn't a draw.
Because Lewis isn't a draw.
His balls was hot. He's a draw or something. Or because he says these clown remarks like my balls were hot, and everyone jumps on it. Oh, he's so funny, this and that. That don't mean shit.
If Lewis, right now, if you're saying Lewis is, if the argument is Lewis is going to make like Conor numbers, no, it's not going to happen. That's never going to happen. But he'll do decent. He'll do like IZZY numbers if he has the belt. He could do IZZY numbers, which is not saying much.
IZZY numbers.
Better than Stipe.
Stipe's got it. He's done actually pretty good numbers. You look at his
what was his best pay-per-view?
They're not that bad.
Hold on.
They're not that bad.
What was his best pay-per-view? You know his best pay-per-view buys? Did he even hit 500,000?
600K, 700K.
Let me look this up. I'm thinking like the Cormier trilogy. There has to be something in there where he hit about 600. I would think, but that's because you got a trilogy going on against a guy in Daniel Cormier who is a fucking G of a fucking heavyweight. The dude was a stud. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. Where's my Stipe? Where's my Miocic? Got to go a ways down here. Scrolling through. All right, it's gonna take me forever to find. 800.
800,000.
Where is this
big
one?
Number.
Cormier Jones, 800K. I don't see Stipe Miocic. What are you talking? All right, I get out of here. Why did I entertain that as long as I did? I don't even know. I have no idea. He actually made decent points in the beginning, and then he hit you over the head with, where's Miocic here? Let me see if I can find Stipe. Here, now we're in the 600s. Let me know if I missed him. Here's Miocic Cormier 3, 500K. The dude says 800. Miocic Cormier 3 makes 500K pay-per-view buys. Oh my God. He says 800. 516-522-0267. Stipe sold well. Come on. Oh, God. Stipe Ngannou, what did they get? Stipe Ngannou 2. What was that? Miocic Ngannou 2. I'm actually curious what they made. Maybe, did I pass that? Let me see. What was Miocic Ngannou? I'm actually curious now. I don't even see it anywhere here. The fuck did they make? Anyone know what Miocic Ngannou made? 500K is better than Izzy at 600K with Nate Diaz. Yeah, Izzy's another one. Surprising. It's surprising that Izzy doesn't get more buys than he does.
Call from. To accept, press.
All right, you got to say your name. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. We got 40 minutes left of the show. Plenty of show left. I can't find even the Stipe. Wow, what did Stipe and Ngannou make? The fuck did they make? Don't forget Stipe in all this mess as well. He deserves a rematch with Francis. Yeah, we discussed that in the beginning. If we pretty much covered every single point in the first hour. So if you feel you missed something, I guarantee we touched on it earlier.
Call from.
COLBY.
To accept, press 1.
Colby, welcome to the MMA-Holes. What's going on?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
I'm wonderful.
Wonderful.
So, what's going on?
Nah, just hanging out, man. You know, just doing a show.
I just want to start off saying, I think the UFC is really finishing off the second half of this year pretty good. Got a lot of good fights coming up. I think I'm more excited for Sandhagen versus Dillashaw than almost any other fight. I think that's going to be a real banger. It's going to be a good fight.
Sandhagen versus Dillashaw should be pretty good, yeah.
I think I got Glover beating Jan Blachowicz too. I'm with you on that. I think he's just a better fighter all around.
We're in the minority. A lot of people going Jan.
Yeah, I don't blame him. He's a good fighter, man. He's good. I think Glover's just gonna just beat him in the long run. I think he's gonna grapple him. I think he's just gonna get on top. I think he's gonna land a lot of shots on him. But I think Yuri could beat both of them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Yuri can beat Glover Teixeira, but I don't think Yuri can beat Jan Blachowicz.
Okay.
I think it'd be a tough fight for him.
Did you just walk away from your phone?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got really far.
Nah, my phone's fucked up. We got bad service down here in Houston.
That's all good. Houston. So I'm assuming you're a Black Beast fan?
Oh yeah. I'm hoping he can get the win. Going to what Kevin was saying, I feel like the UFC's kind of at fault for not marketing their fighters, because I really feel like they could market Derrick Lewis really well, and I think they could get a lot of pay-per-views with him. And I feel like it's kind of the UFC's fault, because Lewis likes to talk, man. He does a lot of talking, but the UFC just doesn't give him the opportunity to.
Okay. And with this fight coming up against Ciryl Gane, are you going to be going to this event since you're in Houston?
I haven't even looked at the tickets yet. Last time they were like $350 for the cheapest tickets you could get. So I might be. I'm not sure yet, though. If they're a little bit cheaper, I will be for sure.
This place is going to be deafening. It's going to be so fucking loud there. They're going to be going bonkers. Derrick Lewis for a title in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
Yeah, it's always exciting down here in Houston, man.
Well, I tell you what, if you can't get to the fight, at least try to hit up the press conference or what's it called, the weigh-ins. I'm sure that'd be a good party.
Can the fans go to the press conference?
Yes.
Do they just let anyone in there?
Yes, it's the best kept secret. So when fight week comes up, you just go online. I'm not sure their website, but if we, all you got to do is Google UFC 265 press conference tickets or weigh-ins tickets, and you just put in for it, and they give you free tickets. It's completely free. You just got to put it online. I highly advise it. It's so much fun. It's free, and you can drink.
I'll definitely look into that.
Yeah, it's a good time. Press conference especially. Open workouts. I don't know if they have the open workouts anymore, but I know the press conference and the weigh-ins they're doing. So yeah, fight week's fun.
All right, man. Well, y'all have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Houston. He sounded like he was on a spaceship. I was looking while in the beginning of the conversation, like I was looking at Miocic Ngannou, 380,000. Miocic Ngannou won. Crazy. And you got to go a ways down. Like, yeah, Miocic, he doesn't put the. It's crazy, man. Greatest heavyweight of all time. No pay-per-view buys. A lot of people blame the UFC for it, but I feel like, once you have the platform of the UFC, like you have full control of how you want to, marketing yourself and getting the pay-per-view buys. And, you don't necessarily have to do the trash talk. Look at Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz did trash talk in the beginning, and then now he doesn't even do it anymore. He's hot shit. Everyone loves him. He's just cool. He just sits there and fucking pulls his phone out. Like, Nate Diaz is a perfect example of someone that you start off with a little shtick, and then you just sit back and enjoy it. You got the fans, Thanks, Mus. Now we never solved the mystery of the man in the spaceship. Houston alien? 516-522-0267 is the number. We got 34 minutes of show left, so feel free. Call me up. I'm lonely. Jesse's feeding the baby. Trying to put her to sleep. So we want to know your thoughts on Ngannou Ngannou sitting back, and now you got an interim strap thrown at UFC 265. Houston, Texas gets to see Derrick Lewis fight for an interim strap.
Call from to accept.
All right, you can just say your name. Say your name, buddy. 516-522-0267. Give us a call. Give us a call. Tapology is run by the government and MMA Genie. Is that true? What Houston is Space City? Didn't say Stipe was a megastar. I said he sells more than Lewis. He does not.
Call from
Egghead Dana.
to accept, press 1.
Oh, shit. It's the Egghead Dana. This is exciting. Welcome to the MMA-Holes.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Hey, I mean, where do we start? Dana came out of left field with this one. Do you agree?
Yeah, I tell you, when I first heard it, like, the more I think about it, I completely understand it, but it does feel like it's completely out of left field.
Oh, yeah. Like, how can you skip past Francis unless he's shaking in his boots? I don't know. Remember his last coach said he was a diva.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I remember. I remember when the UFC brought him like to the Apex, and he was running around with the sunglasses and acting like he was hot stuff, and the UFC was like, "Yo, pump the brakes," and then he lost, and then he had to kind of go back to his roots, and now he's the nice guy again, and everything seemed to work out well for him. But yeah, then they look past him again.
I mean, his last fight was in March. I'm not trying to press these guys. Obviously, they're apex predators when it comes to fighting. But geez, man, March, come on, you had ample time. They're talking about a fight in August, right?
Yeah, they're saying.
Come on, dude.
You would think he would have enough time. Yes, you would think, but he's like, I need another month or so.
And then what about Bisping and this other guy beating up on casuals like civilians?
Yeah, I don't know the whole story. I think Jesse pulled that story, but I don't know what happened with that.
I'm not sure about the Bisping thing, but apparently my buddy was telling me a guy rocked him and Bisping was just laughing. My buddy said he didn't provoke him, but
I find that hard to believe. Bisping's pretty much a freak, and the Poirier's one, you know?
Yeah, I would imagine if Bisping had something to say.
Yep. And then there's another one. This guy is drunk in the bar or whatever, and a UFC fighter came around the corner. The guy pump faked him, and he just dropped him. So
you don't know who you're messing with anymore. But if you go to a bar and you step to somebody, you have no idea who you're messing with these days. It's crazy.
Yeah. Watch for the cauliflower ears, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. And even these little guys. It was funny when I met, who was it? Oh, shit. He retired. He was one of the, he was one of the guys at a SBG. He retired because he had some blood problem. He trained with Conor. I can't remember the guy's name. He was like a rock star in Ireland. Anyway, he was a little guy. And we went to the bar after McGregor fought Seaver in Boston. And we ran into this dude. I can't remember his name. But anyway, I'm looking at this guy. And I'm like, if I was drunk, I bet I could fuck this guy up. Meanwhile, this guy would fucking smoke me. Like, just destroy me. Fuck that, man. Don't fight anybody anymore.
Looks can be deceiving, man. But I don't know. It looked kind of staged. You'll get to see it. It's going all around the place. A bunch of people crying about it. Like, oh, no, how could he? But the guy literally tried to throw a feint on him, and that's a green light. He just started hammering him.
That's great. I got to find this. I got to find this video. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, anything else, man?
No, hopefully we get to see this Francis and the Black Beast fight, and they don't blow that up like Khabib versus Tony, although we know how that would have ended now. R.I.P. Tony.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. We'll see. All right, my man. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
Oh, I think that's who it is. Holohan? I think that's him. Yeah, he had like some sort of blood problem or some shit. Paddy Holohan. Yes, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah, I saw him at the bar. I'm like, oh, look at this guy. Real nice guy. I leaned over to my buddy Jay. I'm like, this guy, you would never know. Like, if this guy, like, grabs your girl's ass, you'd be like, oh, I could fuck this guy up. Next thing you know, he fucking has you in a coma. That's right, Paddy Holohan. 516-522-02 or Holohan or something like that. Sounds about right. McGregor Seaver. What a night that was.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, Stipe. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Stipe, for calling in. Stipe Miocic. It's Kevin's hero right there. Calling in. Just calling in, you know. He's playing video games. He's not ready. He's not ready for the fight, so he figured he'd call in the MMA-Holes.
Call from
Scallywag Nation.
The Scallywag Nation. Welcome to the MMA-Holes.
No, that's me, Drunk Savage.
Oh, shit. I thought it was the Scallywag. Okay. Hey, Drunk. How you doing?
You remember that guy?
The Scallywag Nation. Every time I hear Scallywag, I think of this place called the Dublin Pub out on Long Island. And this guy was called Scallywag. That was the promoter. He's like, it's Scallywag. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
He was the pirate guy that bought your underwear.
Oh, shit. Yeah. What happened to that guy?
You sold him your underwear. I think you killed him.
Yeah, as soon as we actually sent him a signed underwear to Scallywag. Yeah, whatever happened to him? He was a pirate. That's right.
Anyways, I don't know. This thing with Francis, I think it's more of his management because Dana White, I think it was on Twitter or Instagram, he put something out calling them out, saying they're a bunch of fucking idiots and he needs to get better people around him.
Oh.
So I think they were like telling him, like, Derrick Lewis has the power to knock you out and take everything away from you. You could lose out in the John Jones fight. Maybe, try to hold off, see if they work something out with John Jones, his new management.
It's possible, man. Like I brought the match before. Everyone starts lighting me on fire. I think, honestly, there's a lot of things that go into play why the management would steer him clear from taking it at this time. Not just the Derrick Lewis fight, but in Houston, the timing, the money. I think there's a lot of things that go into play here why this thing's not happening. So.
Yeah, I know he said he'd be ready like after he won the belt like in a few months, but he became champion, he's getting that champion fucking treatment and lifestyle, so maybe he's been partying a little, got a little out of shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're going to fight a guy that technically already beat you, right, you want to make sure you're 100% ready to go. You don't want to lose your belt to that guy. You want to fucking beat him this time around. So, I get it.
I mean, with that fucking fight, you can't really say he beat him. It's just like he threw more punches. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no one won that fight.
No one did shit.
That's right.
And what's up with fucking COMZAT? He says he's gonna smash everybody, then he turns down Luke Rockhold.
He's a pussy fart, drunk. He's a rat lip pussy fart. I don't know. It's so funny. I make a couple of comments and then all the fucking COMZAT fans start going crazy. You don't know anything. Okay. All right.
You think maybe the COVID, or he took something from him? He's not like the same guy anymore. He knows it, so he doesn't want to fight. Someone like Rockhold, because Rockhold would be fucking dangerous for him on the ground.
Yeah, you don't
would take him standing.
You don't market yourself saying I'm going to beat everyone up. I'm going to beat Ciryl Adesanya and then turn down Luke Rockhold, right? You don't. It just doesn't work. He shot himself in the foot with his shtick. He had no interest in fighting Izzy. He wasn't ready for Izzy. If he's going to turn down Luke Rockhold, he's not fighting Ciryl Adesanya. He's going to stay at welterweight and try to fucking weasel a belt from Usman. And good luck doing that.
Exactly. But I was kind of surprised. Gane, of all people, got the nod. I mean, I wonder if they even tried with John Jones to get him to fight fucking Derrick Lewis back. Look, fight Lewis, we'll give you $10 million, and we'll see how the numbers do. And if you do good numbers, then maybe we'll talk about giving you some big fucking payday with Ngannou.
There's not a doubt in my mind that they reached out to John and his team, and they say, nope, not interested. But, well, money. They're not going to pay him the big bucks. And honestly, I don't think the UFC wanted John Jones necessarily. I mean, yeah, of course they would like him to fight. But in this situation here, a lot of good things can happen out of this. If Derrick Lewis wins the interim strap, you could do some things here with the Francis fight. When that fight happens, you could really market that thing. Or if, God forbid, something happens to Francis, then you could throw John Jones in the mix or something. I think they reached out to John's team. John's team instantly said no. Ngannou's team said no. Stipe's people said no. And here you are, Ciryl Gane.
Yeah, I know you're saying the UFC wants Derrick Lewis to put an end to Gane, but plan to way it backfire and look at Nate and fucking Conor.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, it still works out a little. Your backup plan's Ngannou, right? So if Lewis loses to Gane just fights Ngannou and loses. You have two shots at taking this guy out, and you got two really good. You got the heaviest hitting heavyweights in the class right now. So if Lewis doesn't pan out, don't worry, Ngannou will beat his face into the mat. There's no way Ciryl Gane becomes champion if you have those two people in front of him, in my opinion.
There's no way he fucking beats Ngannou. Seeing as last fight, some of the shots he took, if Ngannou hits him that way, he's going night-night. Yeah. The UFC's weaseling him. They don't want him as a champ. Ciryl Gane's a nightmare as a champion for the UFC. He's a nightmare. They got to get him out of there. They don't... Could you imagine this guy with the belt and all these heavyweight decisions? Think about that. Heavyweight fucking decisions. Who wants that? You watch heavyweight fights for knockouts. You don't watch for decision after decision. Who the hell wants... No. His last two fights kind of like sparring sessions, to be honest.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to be the guy that's just shitting on Ciryl Gane, but he's very technical. He's very intelligent. The guy knows how to win fights. So credit to him for that and putting himself in his position in a title shot. Credit to Gane for that. But at the same time,
he's a good striker, but he needs more aggression out there.
Yeah, he's boring. He's boring as all hell, man. I'd rather have a guy lay on another guy than have a guy dancing around and doing nothing. Does nothing out there, drunk. Bored.
Exactly.
Fuck his head movement and his leg kicks and whatever. Fuck that. No one wants that shit. And his beautiful body and traps. I think people just want to look at his beautiful body, drunk. How could you be excited about watching him fight? They just want to see his pecs. They just want to see his muscles.
And go all agency.
That's the only thing I could chalk it up to. These French just like watching glistening, muscular men. That's all it is.
But OSP, man, he needs to fucking go back to light heavyweight. He's fucking terrible at heavyweight.
Yeah, he doesn't look good. He looks so bad. Oh, man. Fucking OSP.
God. I don't know why I fucking picked him in goat milk. I thought you might take him down, like submit him, but I could see the fucking knockout coming.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I put my fan hat on, and I was like, come on, OSP. I like OSP, man. I actually really like the guy. But, yeah, he had no business. And that poster made him look stupid.
You see on Twitter, like, a bunch of people were going off about how excited they are to see what his ass is going to look like in those fucking Venom shorts.
Who's that?
A bunch of people on Twitter are going off about wanting to see his ass in those fucking Venom shorts.
Great ass, OSP. He's got a fantastic ass.
Yep, best ass in GSP.
Yeah, maybe the Gane fan should watch more OSP fights since they like watching, muscular men and beautiful man booties, and I don't know. He does have a nice ass though. He probably's a good twerker, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's get off
Izzy
this.
would probably move up to light heavyweight if he was fucking back there. So he could grab that ass.
Izzy would get a whole handful of that. Izzy's been very active on Twitter, and he's been still going with the booger beer guy. Like I think they fucked at the after party. I have a feeling that they might have had a romantic experience together, which is fine. It's fine.
Well, that's kind of booger beer's whole shtick about fucking sucking dick.
Yeah, Izzy's into it. Did you see the one Izzy put up with the emoji cock? Did you see that one?
I don't know if I saw that, but he put out one where I think he bought a pig now.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, he's got. So here's the thing. I think Izzy's taken from like the Nate Diaz tweets where he's not making complete sense. Like he can't complete a sentence. Do you notice that? Like the broken English and shit. What's that about?
I don't know, man. Maybe he's getting a little punch drunk there.
Here he is. I put the picture up at the after party with Booger Beard, the Twitter sensation.
Oh yeah, that one.
And it's Izzy's. And Izzy tweeted this, guys.
You look at me, he's fucking checking Booger Beer out. Like, I'm gonna give me some of that white boy later.
What's going on? Hey, whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. But wow, they had that was some after party. You think Izzy would pick a guy though, maybe a little more put together though, right? I don't know. I picture him I don't know. I guess he's got a different type of man than I do. I don't know, Jeff. The drunk. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, there are chubby chasers out there.
yeah. He's a chubby chaser, yeah.
And we've seen what he does with dogs. Who knows what he's going to do with that hog?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but that's Adesanya. He's having a little fun. Okay.
Right.
Anything else, Drunk?
All right. No, that's about it. I'll let the person call in. Later, Top Nuts.
Thank you. 516-522-0267. Yeah, Izzy's having some fun on Twitter. He's having some fun. So, good for him. I don't know why his pay-per-views aren't selling anymore, but maybe it's people aren't getting his humor or something. I don't know.
Call from NH. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
NH, how you doing, Ann?
How you doing, Chris?
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice. And you're surviving the heat.
Yeah, barely. I didn't feel too good today. Woke up. I got high. It was 114.
Hot stuff over there. Have you ever seen? I mean, that's pretty severe for over there. Huh?
Since I've born and raised in Oregon, I've never seen that temperatures that high. Yeah. The highest I've seen was 103, 104.
Yeah,
but never 115 or above.
I don't know what's going on. The world's on fire right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, you're saying about Francis, man, that's too bad they overlook. I mean, the champ should be able to do what he wants. He's a champ. Back in the old days, they were making Ronda and those guys fight. I don't know how many times in the year. Defending their belt like at least 2-3 times, some of them in a year. And people are getting upset if he doesn't feel ready. He doesn't feel ready. Why should he go? Why should he fight? Hey, if he wants to fight later, no problem. Let him rest up more and feed his family.
Yeah,
who cares? I mean, look how long some of the other ones are gone. A year or more, and it's like I just think people are making too big of an issue out of it. And of course, Lewis is going to kill Gane, I believe, definitely.
Nice.
There was nobody else for him to put in a fight. Everybody else said no,
Yeah.
But it's like you said. I think Lewis is going to get him. But like you said, no, I've never seen Gane. I know he's smart, but I've never seen like the wrestling or part. I mean, if he takes it down and I guess keeps him down and lays there and be boring.
I wouldn't be surprised if Gane, tries to drag him down. I wouldn't be surprised. Some people say he has a pretty decent ground game. He's a pretty big guy, and he might try to do that. Surprise everybody, and take him down and play that game. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm going with the Black Beast. I think he's going to beat the shit out of him. I really do. I think the Black Beast is going to go in there and do what he does best in front of his home crowd, get the dub. The UFC is trying to set this up for a loss for Gane, and now you have two guys with a belt. It looks flashier. You could sell more pay-per-views when you got two belts going at it,
Yeah, more flashier.
Yeah.
And Nunes is a good fighter, I think, like you said, but I think, it's just how it is. The UFC was mostly men until Ronda, got in there.
Mm-hmm.
And, men, everybody still likes to see the men fight more than the women, even though I think Nunes can kick everybody's ass. Man,
yeah, she's tough.
Kind of like Cyborg. The same way, but they just don't get the draws,
It does suck that
or anything, but
you can't put the best women's fighter of all time at the top of a card to sell a bunch of pay-per-views. It does suck, but that's just how it's how it goes. That's how the UFC is right now. So I can't kill them for putting Derrick Lewis up there. They're just trying to sell pay-per-views. The more pay-per-views they sell, the better for these top athletes anyway. So, they're just trying to make these guys money.
more money, that's for sure in their pockets.
Hey, Amanda Nunes, you're going to headline the card, but you're going to make nothing off the pay-per-view buys because no one's going to buy it. Of course you doesn't care.
And people will buy this. They want to see it. They still want to see it. There's still going to be hopefully a good fight. And I hope, I know he's going to win Derrick Lewis fights. I hope it won't be a boring fight when those two match up again for championship like the first time when they fought. I hope not.
Yeah. I
don't want a boring fight.
Could you imagine? So Derrick Lewis beats Gane. Say that happens. Then you're like, okay, the unification of the belts. Two monsters line up and it's the exact same fight as the first time. That would be nuts.
Yeah. That would be horrible. People be stabbing themselves in their eyes going, oh, my God.
I am really scared, though. I am scared that if Ciryl Gane does what he wants to do, that this will be another incredibly boring fight. I hope to God that's not the case. I hope this is a banger. But I don't know.
It is, too, but he's, like you said, he's a smart fighter. So you don't know. I hope he does. Like you said, it's probably just going to be a lay on top of him and keep him down and not do anything and be boring. And, I can see the guys get him down, do ground and pound and start beating the shit out of him. That I don't mind. I just don't like these guys sit there and, oh, a little punch. Well, I'm trying to get position. I'm not doing anything, but hey.
Two guys respect each other too much. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. Like, do something. Do something.
Yeah. Come on.
Do it now.
Get hurt. Get hurt for our joy.
Get blood. Get blood.
Yes. Do it for the fans. Yeah, I don't know. I get why they do it. I understand, but still, it is annoying. Being a selfish fan, it's annoying. And I would love to give as much respect as I can to Gane. Someone made actually a funny analogy, which is not far off, like with Floyd Mayweather, right? Someone says he's going to be like the heavyweight Floyd Mayweather, and you guys are going to complain, but he's going to be so great. It's possible. He might just fucking win these decisions and just edge him out over and over again and hold the belt forever and be like, fuck, lose, dude. Like, it might be the same thing. I hope not.
I hope not either. I don't want to see that. It'd be boring. I don't know. Gane's nice to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, he is very nice, Ann. Have you ever pleasured yourself to Gane?
Go on. Oh, hi, Jesse.
Yes.
Hi, little Ellie.
Here's Jesse. Jesse and Ellie. Poor Ellie she slept. How many hours did Ellie sleep, Jess? She slept. What? Too many. Yeah, she slept like 3 or 4 hours earlier, and that was the worst because now she's been ready to party all day. It's crazy.
Now she's ready to party.
Yeah, party baby. So.
Party.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. Love the show. You guys are just great for everybody and keeps everybody going, and it's just great meeting everybody in the family. I consider everybody family. MMA-Holes, even the ones that don't like me or don't like them. I like everybody. We get a little pissy at each other, but hey, in the end, we're all MMA-Holes, and we may disagree. And I like that in Discord. I made good friends, and they all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, good people.
They know, and chat room in there, so it's too many to name, but I don't want to leave anybody out, and if I do, they'll get upset. But they know who I'm talking about.
That's right.
They know who I'm talking about, so don't get upset, guys. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. You're in the Discord, Drunk Savage. You know who I'm talking about.
All right, Ann. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you guys.
All right, love you
Bye.
too. That's Ann H. If you love Ann, drop a wonderful, wonderful in the chat. If you love Ann H, the knitter. Anyway, smash the like button. We're looking for 200 tonight, and only you guys can make that happen. There's only 11 minutes left in the show. So right now is the time to hit the like button. If you're having a good time, if you're pissed off or whatever, just hit that fucking like button. It helps us out tremendously and throws us into the algorithm. Hit the like button if you like babies. Look at Ellie just dancing away in the background. Or if you feel bad for Jesse trying to soothe the beast, hit the like button. 516-522-0267. You want to, here, we got 11 left. You want to switch spots and take it home? I'm good. All right. Okay. All right. So give us a call and let us know your thoughts. I mean, this is a pretty big story today. We're going to be probably talking about this a lot, you know. So the internet exploded. Absolutely exploded.
Call from
Joe.
Give someone else a chance, dude. 516-5. If no one else calls in, then we'll take your call. But give someone else a chance. Come on. What are we doing here?
Call from
Mantis.
Okay.
to accept.
Mantis, welcome to the MMA-Holes. What's on your mind? Sounds like stage fright. 516-522-0267. The Mantis fell apart. I heard him type and then just fell off. 3 versus 4. Who is 1 and 2? See, everyone loves Ann. That's awesome. That is awesome. Think about how many hours we spent together as a community over here. We did a 13-hour stream. Got cut off a little bit, but we did a 13-hour stream on Saturday, the longest MMA Hole stream ever. And Wednesday night, we're probably going to have someone from Bare Knuckle come on. Had a very impressive performance. We wound up being Instagram friends. I had no idea, but so we reached out. Very nice young guy. He is 4-0 as a bare knuckle fighter. So we just got to get a little bit more information and we'll drag him on. But I think he'll be someone. Come on, dude. Give it a break. Just pump the brakes, dude. Pump the brakes. Let other people call. If no one calls, then we will take your call. How's that sound? Nice? Let me show this guy over here. I'll give this guy a follow. All right. So his name is J-Rod Kid Gotti Grant. He was the kid that took care of the bearded man. Fucked him up. The guy that was talking all that shit. Well, Jared Kidd takes him out. Jared Kidd Gotti Grant fooked him up. So we're going to try to get him on Wednesday night.
Call from
Ryan.
Ryan, welcome to the MMA Holes. What's on your mind, my friend?
What's up? Can I get some fight predictions?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Gane or the Black Beast.
Okay, so are you making the predictions or am I making the predictions? Who's doing this?
You.
I am. I'm picking the Black Beast by a vicious knockout. I haven't figured out the round yet.
All right, I think it's the first. Okay.
Okay.
What do you think is going to be next for Usman?
Usman is going to fight Colby Chaos Covington in the sequel. I know he's running around saying he wants to fight everyone but Colby, but eventually the stars are going to line up. He's going to fight Covington, and he's going to beat him even quicker this time.
I think he's scared, to be honest. I think Usman's scared.
He's scared. So who do you think he's going to fight?
I think Usman most likely fight Leon Edwards.
Leon Edwards. Okay.
Or the winner of Stephen Thompson, Gilbert Burns.
The winner of Thompson versus Burns. Okay, so maybe a Burns rematch or Stephen the Wonderboy Thompson, which I like that fight. That's a good fight. Yeah. Okay. What about Nate? Do you think Nate's going to skip the line off the loss?
It'll be close, but I think Nate should fight one more.
Yeah.
But he needs to fight a good fight, like a fight that will get him close and a fight that he can win.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like
one
how you
last
think.
question.
Yeah.
Who's next for Mr. 305 Jorge Gamebred Masvidal?
Jorge Masvidal is going to chill. He's going to sit back. He's doing his Gamebred Fighting Championship. So he's going to sit back in his beautiful velvet outfit on, run his little side projects, and he's going to wait and see what happens with Conor McGregor against Poirier. Going to keep an eyeball on that because I have a feeling the McGregor-Jorge fight might be on the table, or he could run it back with Nate Diaz, the BMF fight, or maybe a Nick Diaz fight if he doesn't do the boxing thing. So maybe one of those three, I would say.
Okay. That sounds awesome. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. See? That's how you call the show. That's how you do it right there. He knows how it's done. See? Very nice. Although we didn't get much of his opinion. We got his opinion on the Usman thing, which is interesting. Maybe he is ducking Colby. Maybe he doesn't want to fight him again. Maybe he realizes that is a very difficult fight. It was difficult the first time.
Call from
Terrell.
Darrell or Terrell? Which one is it? Darrell or Terrell?
It's Terrell.
Terrell. Okay, Terrell, welcome to the show, my friend.
Yeah, I've been there before. But I'm just playing. Anyway, I think Gane's gonna pick. I think he's gonna pick Derrick Lewis apart. I think he's gonna be too much for him.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think he's not a terrible. He's a good stylistic matchup for Ngannou on his side. I think he'll give Ngannou some problems, but I don't know if he'll be able to beat Ngannou in the future. We'll see, though. I think it's possible.
Well, listen, he is undefeated, right? He is a very intelligent fighter, and it does seem like his style of fighting, he would be very smart not to make a mistake as his Lewis's former opponents made, right? Gane, if anyone's going to be smart. Whoa, what the fuck? Hold on. We got some back feed or something. I don't know what the hell just happened. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Oh, okay. Say the phone just exploded or something. Anyway, yeah, he's a very smart fighter, so I could see the routes to victory. But remember this, it's in Houston. He's going to have the boo birds going crazy at the weigh-ins, at the press conference. By the time he gets into the arena, Texas is going to be throwing fucking horseshoes and cowboy hats at him. And I don't know, they're going to be yee-hawing and shit. Gane's not going to know what hit him before he gets into that cage.
So I'm guessing they made this interim title because I guess Ngannou, was he hurt or was he injured? He just couldn't make the certain date that they wanted to go for? Or
apparently Ngannou could fight the following month is what they're saying. Is what Ngannou's saying, right? Maybe September he can fight. But the UFC wants to headline Houston. They want Derrick Lewis there. If Ngannou passes up on it, which he says he's not ready, okay, which is fine, but they want to sell some pay-per-views, so they put a shiny belt there. That's what happened.
Yeah, you think maybe Ngannou, maybe it's the reason, because the first fight with Lewis was such a snooze fest, and maybe you think that's another reason why he may not want to fight yet, because he's kind of looking at that like, I think there's some underlying issue as to why he doesn't want to fight Lewis right now.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
I think there's a plethora of reasons. I think not only is the location a problem, I think pay. I think he wants to be extremely ready for this one for sure. He doesn't want to have an embarrassing performance like the last time. Both guys were embarrassing, to be honest. But yeah, I understand why Ngannou is kind of passing up on this. I don't really kill him for this one.
Yeah, I've got two more things I get out of here real quick.
Yes.
Did you hear about Khabib having a desire to fight again? And also, have you picked up on the fact that there's kind of been no real promotion to the Conor Poirier fight? I know it's probably up within a week, but it's like, where's the press conference? Like, what's going on? I haven't seen talk about it.
I'll answer the second one first. Actually, I'll answer I'll watch the show. I'll answer. Thank you for the call, Terrell. Appreciate it. That's Terrell coming in. Very nice guy, Terrell. I do remember him. He's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay. The Conor McGregor situation and Dustin Poirier, which is next week. It's kind of weird because this weekend there's no UFC fights. So why are they not doing anything? Why are they not promoting this thing? They have a meh poster that everyone's complaining about. Where is the promotion? I have a feeling that Conor's people said, hey, listen, you're only getting us on fight week. I think he doesn't want to be dragged around like a horse and pony show and trotted from interview to interview. I think he's just said, fight week, I'll be doing that. So that's probably what you're getting from Conor, and Dustin probably the same. So it is kind of weird that we're not hearing much about it this week because there's no UFC fights. Makes no sense. What the fuck was the question? Shit, I shouldn't have hung up. What was the question before that? Help me out in the chat. I can't fucking remember. Oh, shit. Someone help me in the chat. I fucking forgot the first question. I should answer that one first. Anyway, 516-522-0267. Give us a call. Do we end the show with this?
Call from
Joe Schilling.
All right, Joe Schilling. Make it quick.
You didn't play that video of Joe Schilling knock that dude out?
No, I did not.
Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. Joe Schilling, that's the only way he's getting wins nowadays, is knocking out accountants, drunk accountants at the bar. What a tool move this is. And there's people actually defending him saying, oh, he stepped to him. You learn your lesson. You don't step to pro fighters. First off, you could see him coming back from the bathroom. He bumps into the guy, shoves him from behind. And, of course, he's going to say something like, yo, what the hell are you doing? What's up? And then he immediately just knocks him out right on point with the camera perfectly set up. This was obviously premeditated. Joe Schilling, what a tool. Not surprising, he hangs out with other tools like Cowboy Cerrone.
Thank you. 516-522-0267. So he asked about Khabib coming back. I don't see it. Although as much as I would love to see Khabib versus Oliveira, that's actually pretty interesting to me. Even the Khabib versus Chandler fight was interesting to me. Khabib Conor, the ship has sailed, right? Unless we see some resurgence of Conor where he destroys Poirier and he beats the shit out of Oliveira, then maybe, we play that game again. But yeah, I don't see him coming back. I would like him to come back, but I don't see it. I mean, who knows? Never say never, though. Maybe a couple of years passes and the money and the stars line up and he goes for the even number. Maybe. Everyone's talking about this Joe Schilling thing. I didn't see it. Jess, did you pull that story or no? I don't know if she pulled it. I'll tell you what. If it's something you guys really want to talk about, and we'll go on and on about it, we'll do it on Wednesday. Well, Wednesday. I mean, we have a guest on Wednesday, but we can do a whole segment on that. I'll take one more call here. 516-522-0267, and we'll take we'll see what we got.
From
Gotcha Hat.
Gotcha Hat. You're on the MMA-Holes. Last call of the night. What's on your mind?
I got your hat again. Ha-ha.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's a perfect way to end the show.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Just like that. Let's see. Wednesday would make it old. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Old news. We make it relevant again. If it's that much of a big deal. I mean, I don't know. Is it that much? Is it a TMZ? I got to do some research and see, is it a TMZ footage? Because if it is, I can't show it. The whole deal. So I got to look into it. All right. So that is the end of the show. We appreciate your company. Like I said, we're going to try to pull a guest from Bare Knuckle. That it looks pretty promising. Young guy, 23 years old. I'll show you his IG again. Jared Kidd Gotti Grant, who got a pretty big win on Saturday night BKFC. I wish we weren't so fucking exhausted. I wish we weren't so exhausted when we did this event, because by the time we were on this, we were on like hour number 8, and the lights were going. We didn't shut up for 8 straight hours. It was nuts. But he got some win over this guy, man. Smoked him. Doctor stoppage, the whole deal. So we're gonna grab him on Wednesday, and look at the difference over here. Who do you think won? It's pretty nuts. So Bare Knuckle doing some good things over there. 4 titles. You have that Hector Lombard situation, which was hilarious, where Lombard threw the 3-piece in the soda. At his apparently Lombard was sick for that fight. He had like he didn't look like himself. He looked like he was sick. So apparently he was fighting sick and a whole deal. A lot of stories that came out of that, but it was a decent card. Decent card. All right, we'll see you on Wednesday night. Tomorrow is the Contenders, not Contender Series, the Ultimate Fighter. So if you want to watch it, use our link in the live chat over here, pinned up in that puppy, or in the description down below. ESPN Plus is where it's at. I'll probably binge because I didn't watch like the last 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. I gotta catch up. I heard Ortega's catching some heat for not or showing up late or something like that. I don't know, some bizarre drama. And hit that like button. Don't be a cunt. Hit the like button. Shout out to our sponsors once again. We got Head Rush, 20% off for promo code MMA-HOLES. 20% off. Ballsy, bullwash.com. 15% off. Promo code MMA-HOLES. The same exact promo code for bullwash.com. Mystic Roots CBD. Hey, does that look familiar? Same code. MMA-HOLES for 20% off. So it's super easy, right? No link in the description for this. You just go to mysticrootscbd.com and get your discount over there. And Lux Bidet, there's a link in the description for 10% off. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your company once again on this wonderful, wonderful show. We'll see you on Wednesday night for a 2-hour extravaganza. And don't be an a-hole. Be an M-M-E hole.